Zach and Mark at Nexus Esports streaming our Modern Wednesday event. We got Jacob and Josh Watts here. Jacob playing a Ponza variant and Josh playing a very interesting troll worship deck. What do you think?
Troll.deck. Watts is a very interesting man. He only plays standard, so whenever I heard that he was coming out to play modern, I had to make sure I got down here to see.
Got a Birds of Paradise from Jacob.
How Watts' decks work is I was watching him round one a little bit, and he plays a card called Worship, which I'll pull out for your screen, but it basically says you can't die if you have a creature out. And then so he plays that, and then a whole bunch of cards along the lines of Zagarda, Thrun, cards that just can't be targeted. So his win con is you can't kill me, and you can't kill my creatures. And then he plays like Troll Aesthetic and Thrun because those cards can't die.
Yeah, that's right. And of course, it doesn't say that exactly. Do we have a here? Bring up the different art. Go down to it.
Sure.
And click one of those on the side there.
All right, there we go. Sorry about that, guys.
Excuse me. And basically, it doesn't say exactly that, but it's hard to kill you when you have a worship and a troll out.
And here's Thrun, and it has hexproof before hexproof was a thing, so he can't be a spot targeted, spot removal. And if they try to just get around it by board wipes, he says no. Pays 2 mana, regenerates it, so it can't die. It can't die. Whenever you think you have it dead, it doesn't die.
Yep, and let's see if he gets his lands killed. There's been a lot of bolting going on and an O-ring. Jacob with the Arbor Elf here.
So Jacob on a Ponza variant, so sure he's just looking to Blood Moon Watts out of the game, but it's not looking too good because he has double basic and a Birds out.
Yeah, that's not what you want to Blood Moon at all.
Maybe you can get out a Fast Inferno Titan or Bloodbraid Elf into some goodies.
Oh, Courser. Ooh, a tracker.
I could put a decent clock on. I think Jacob is not favored in this match at all.
Bring up the tracker. It's gonna. Oh, never mind. It's gone, and it's gone.
And it's gone. He says I don't. He says I don't like clocks anyways. He goes, why would I want to kill you when I can just sit here and watch you?
So I believe it's kind of hard to keep track on the stream here, but Jacob has done a fetch land. I don't know if he is shocked or not. Josh says he's at 17 there. You could see that.
All right. So Watts at 17. I'm assuming you got hit.
I'll confirm that for you. One moment.
Hit for something. We know Jacob is fetched, but he also gained a life off of Courser. So
yeah, let me check that for you.
We're gonna have Zach run out there and confirm life totals for us real quick.
I could just look through the window.
$17.19. And Watts with his own Blood Moon.
Bring out the Blood Moon for the peeps.
So both of these decks run Blood Moon, and I don't say they're like revolved around Blood Moon, but either way, Blood Moon does nothing in this matchup.
They are not losing to Tron.
They are not losing to Tron. Unfortunately, both decks are teched for Blood Moon. Here is Pia and Kira Nalar. That card's pretty solid.
Yeah, it's a good card.
Pumps out 2 little 1/1s. Artifact.
Josh down to 18. Or is that 18?
13.
Oh, you're right. Excuse me.
Watts down.
Jacob's doing a lot of life gaining with his Courser. Probably not remembering every little trigger. So we'll keep you updated on his life.
I think what's looking good for Jacob right here, kill off those birds. Josh Watts is stuck on. So if he's feeling a little frisky.
Oh, there is a tracker.
Sacrifice an artifact, deal bird, untap, sack artifact. Josh.
Ooh, he could even sack clues if he wanted to.
Pia, Kieran, not couple. Bad beats.
Jacob's Ponza deck's looking pretty good.
Down to 7. I'll take it. it's in Josh's hands. Worship, right?
Oh,
Doesn't do much.
actually, can Jacob get around this?
He can stack his fires.
Oh, there's no troll yet. There's no
Yeah.
troll. He has to kill him this turn before he can drop a troll.
He actually has exact leaf. Throws both of his are exactly 7 with checker.
Hmm.
6.
Let's see if he finds the line. Does Tracker say when a clue is sacrificed, or
Yes.
what is the exact wording on it? Would you mind pulling that up for
I'll
me?
pull it up. Regardless. So it's never a land battlefield. Sacrifice.
Wow. Does that count Pia sacrificing it? I would not think so. Pretty interesting, actually. Yeah, but don't you have to sacrifice a clue to your own, to its own self?
100%. But it looks like Jacob did find the line here, blowing up the 2 birds.
Although, did he? Oh yeah, he did. He
So
could
that
have
should be
done.
lethal.
I think he could have done a little bit more, but
Could have got in with that Arbor.
could have got in. I think he could have done 9 if he sacked clues instead of 1/1s. Maybe 8. Jacob up a game. That was quick.
Very quick game. Not looking too Josh. Whoa. Facebook.com. All right,
We'll
there
get
we
that
go.
updated again. One moment. Pressed it. So you're gonna have to fill it back out.
Gotcha. Zach over here messing stuff up. That's why they called me in. They're like, we don't trust Zach doing any of this. Mark, you need to come step in. 0, and then we got
Troll.deck.
troll.deck against ye old Ponza.
Also, Jacob's match count is 1, and it is round 2.
This is round 2. All right, there we go. First time streaming back here. It's looking pretty nice. I really like it. I haven't had the honor of streaming back here because I'm usually too busy on camera winning. But
You know you haven't been winning.
that's very true. Getting second. I've been on camera getting second.
No one can argue with that.
So what do you think swings the matchup here? I thought that maybe Josh would take that game away, but it looks like he just got a little land screwed. I feel like maybe he
did he get land screwed or did he just get threat screwed?
Well, he was only on 2 lands, so he was casting like maybe one spell a turn every game, or every turn, I mean. So he had the worship in hand. I'm sure he had to have had something else in hand. So for instance, say he didn't miss 3 land drops in a row. That puts him at 5 to 7 mana, and maybe he worships on turn 3 or 4. And then he's able to untap with 5 or 6 mana open, and he can just drop a throne, and then how's he lose?
Well, he didn't really get anything besides birds and lands and a worship and a blood moon there.
Right. He bird
So enchantments
land
and
worship.
land-oriented cards. Oh, wow, we got 4 viewers since we posted this like 5 minutes ago. That's pretty good. Shout out to all of the guys from the Cabal watching.
Here. So Josh is on the play here. Looks like Ponza has good old Ponza start with Molten Rain, or Stone Rain, I'm sorry. Stone Rain, Chandra, Arbor Elf. Looking like a pretty good hand, if you ask me. And they're starting it off with the turn 1 Forest Bird. Definitely.
You know
not a
I
hand
love
you
my
wanna play.
birds.
That is a green mage. All right, fetching down. He goes to 19 or 17. I believe we're going to see a turn 1 Arbor Elf from Jay. Down to 17. As does this hand has the potential for a turn 2 Chandra.
I wonder. That would
Right
be
there.
pretty
Oh,
great.
he's going turn 1 Birds. Interesting. Maybe he does. No, he does have an Arbor Elf in hand.
Yeah, but he didn't have a Utopia Sprawl, did he?
No, but if you draw,
If he ripped it off the top. Well, he's not playing to rip it.
That's
See?
true. You don't plan to rip it.
I mean, I probably would. because looks like a noob, but
We got turn 2 Blood Moon from Watts. Not really sure why that's still in his deck, but maybe he just didn't have any better options. You know, I don't know what this guy's playing. I can't judge him too. But both players kind of doing nothing. These decks look like they're doing to each other. Just not doing anything. He follows up with the Magus. This guy is getting moon. Yes, moons on moons. Looking like 18.
Basic forests are their only weakness.
Moons on moons on moon. Maybe we should change the name of this deck to 8 Moon.
It is an 8 moon, I bet. Maybe a 7 moon.
Maybe a 7 Moon. So I don't believe I saw a third land out from Jacob, so he might not be able to cast the Chandra in his hand.
Ooh, that stinks, because I would probably play that Chandra. Oh, no, he has plenty of land.
Okay.
He has plenty of land. He's just thinking. I think I would hit the Chandra and hit the Magus. So, or I would just go up in the Chandra.
Here are a couple plays. He could also Tireless Tracker, play fetch land, pop fetch land, get 2 clues. I can only be so bad, but I think you definitely want to abuse 4 mana.
Yeah, if you can get
it.
the Chandra out without it dying, I think you want.
I'm
sure that's what he's thinking about right now. Let's pull up the Chandra.
Pull up the Chandra Torch of Defiance. Definitely a standard staple. Chandra's insane. One of very few planeswalkers ever been printed with 4 abilities on it. So all of them very good abilities. +1 draws you a card.
Oh, he opted for the Tireless Tracker.
Goes for the Tireless Tracker route. Okay, I can see it being fine if he's going for like a more aggressive style. If he's really trying to just beat in.
The fetch lands don't work either. Worth noting.
Oh, that's right. There's a Blood Moon. So why?
Worship.
The worship. So Watts is only 1 card away. Oh, he's getting it in there with the Magus. He says, "I'm not scared of you." So Watts is only 1 card away from his soft combo deck, I guess. His combo.
Soft lock.
His soft lock.
Blood Moon you, worship you, and troll you. You're dead.
He's gonna troll you and troll you. Jacob almost missing his clue trigger here. Alright, now it goes for the Chandra.
Right in the corner of the light.
Right in the light. But it's fine. Unfortunately, you know what Chandra doesn't hit? Hexproof. Is that an Eldritch Evolution in Josh's hand?
Is it?
I can't really see because things are a little glary.
Jacob's got nothing but lands and Arbor Elves.
I guess we'll find out soon if that's an Eldritch Evolution. If it is, I believe he just sacks Eldritch Evolution.
It's an Avacyn Pilgrim.
To go get a 5-drop. Trying to kill Chandra.
Bird block?
So I believe it's not an Eldritch Evolution.
That's probably not. Wait, it could be. He plays Sigarda.
Yeah, he plays 5. That's what I'm saying. If he did it right there, he could go get Sigarda. He could go get his own Thrun. Go do
I think
he
just wanted. Oh well, this is interesting. Doesn't have a ton of lands, so he probably just wanted to get that Pilgrim out.
Both of these guys are fighting for the rights of fair decks. None of them do anything super crazy. Jacob flipping a Utopia Scroll off of the Chandra. At this point, I might as well just let it deal 2 damage to my opponent.
Yeah, honestly.
Because you have enough lands here that I don't think you're trying to...
I'd probably attach it and rip it. No, he has enough in his hand. Yeah, I mean...
With the Arbor Elf already, you know? So.
Well, he didn't really let us know what he did there.
I guess it's exiled?
Yeah, I guess he took 2.
I guess it's exiled. He's already doing stuff, so... I'm just going to assume it's exiled. For whatever reason. It's on the battlefield.
Jacob, not with a great hand here, but he does have a lot of clues, so he can keep going. Never going to run out of steam at this rate.
Definitely going to be able to draw a bunch of cards. I mean, there has to be a reason why he's doing it on his turn.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of reasons. You just want to see your options. Make your guy bigger.
You'll have 0 green mana open to cast any of those Utopias.
Oh, we can't do that.
You actually can't do that.
So
we're going to go let a judge know real quick that that was an illegal action, and Jacob will be getting a permaban. There's judge out there. So as we see, Watts has just dropped Thrun. So this game is I don't like calling things too soon. But this game's basically over. See, there's Throne I was telling you about earlier. With the worship combo out, Throne can't be killed.
I don't think the game's over.
No.
Is it?
No, the game's
Jacob
pretty
probably
over.
has enchantment kill now, right?
He'd have to have some type of Rex Sage in the sideboard.
I'm sure he has something. He's playing green. Maybe, I don't know. Who
I'm
knows?
telling you,
He
even-
seems unfazed.
Even then, he's probably unfazed because he's going, wow, I actually can't even cast my Arbor Elf right now.
Well, also that tireless strike's gonna beast. I don't even,
Eventually, I think Tireless Striker can get big enough to block the Throne.
it's already big enough. Sacks one more clue.
Yeah, next one more clue. It's big enough to block Throne. So neither player is really doing anything super amazing.
I would shoot that Arbor Elf so he has no more white. Although my plan wouldn't work because if you look at Josh's hand, he has.
You mean the Absence Pilgrim?
Yeah.
But I think, trying to think of Jacob's line. So I guess some type of line would be to have a kill spell, I guess. Have a kill spell would be a type of line.
I don't know what he's gonna do.
Not a kill spell, I mean a way to remove the enchantment.
Naturalize.
Yeah. So
Well, he has a anger. That looks pretty good right now.
the only way for this to work is if, let's see.
Maybe you wait to double. No, he can just regenerate.
Yeah, you just regenerate here. So I think he like attacks with Tireless Striker, then what happens? Watts probably just takes it. No reason for Josh to ever block.
If I didn't have any naturalizes, I would probably concede. But I assume he has some.
This looks like the only turn that Jacob will have to be able to kill Throne. I think there are very slim outs here, as in stuff like Jacob being able to Stone Rain all of Josh's land so he can't regenerate. Maybe kill enough.
Actually, that's
Oh, what did that do?
an Inferno Titan.
So Inferno Titan kills off the Pilgrim and the
And it makes a
Magus.
fat body.
and it'll be able to kill any bird that Josh plays.
Oh, yeah, he likes that one.
All right, there it goes, clearing the board.
This could be a problem for Josh. I mean, Josh can't lose, but he can't win either.
Yeah, Josh can't lose, but he can't win. Very good way to put this game. Right now, it's like the only way Jacob can kill this Throne is if he just double angers or something.
That's a smart
like
move.
that.
He swings at him
Yeah, because you want to get him at least down to 1.
because he's not blocking.
Right, he's never gonna block.
He's got one option.
Once shown he's at 15. Wouldn't trust him. Trying to think of all the ways that Watts can actually put the game.
I don't know. Just every turn that goes by, it helps him. Not necessarily, but probably.
As it's looking, Jacob can't kill Watts. Watts definitely can't kill Jacob at all.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting game.
This is going to be really interesting
As in
and
slow.
really boring.
He might ultimate that.
Yeah, but even if he does, like, it doesn't do anything. It's just like a constant kill spell for all your
If I
creatures.
was Jacob, I'd go for ultimating on that. Because, why not?
Yeah, I mean, you do it just to have a constant kill spell, because even then, anything you draw is like Utopia's Sprawl, oh, kill your whatever. Oh, do this, kill your whatever. I think if Jacob does have some sort of removal spell, as in for, like, the worship,
Oh, God.
then this game is in Jacob's favor, because he's going to be drawing cards. So if he has something in there, he's playing to draw.
Yeah, I mean, I assume he does. I believe he has Rex Sage, maybe Nature's Claim. Natural State says 3 or less, right? I don't think he has that in there, though.
I think if he's playing anything, it'd be a Reclamation Sage or a thing
Could
that
be
says 4 or
an
less.
acidic slime. Look at the beats coming. The beats are coming. Oh, shout out to Koiser. Watch.
Blood Moon.
We got Troll.deck versus Ponza.
Definitely nothing going on here. I think this game will
Draw
be.
pass.
This game is gonna go. If Jacob can find his enchantment removal first, he wins. Or if Josh can draw his Sigarda, he wins. Actually, he can't even cast a Sigarda right now. But Jacob's going through.
Ooh, Hazoret.
Three cards a turn right now.
I love it. I told him to put that Hazoret in last second.
Jacob's drawn at least 3 cards a turn here.
I hope he didn't play it though.
Did not.
Down to 2. Missed an Inferno Titan hit.
That's right.
You have to. Okay, there you go. Excuse me.
So, drawing all the cards here, buffing up every tireless tracker.
Josh is just betting on that he doesn't have a naturalize.
I'm trying to think of how Josh wins it. I think Josh wins with Sigarda. Bless you, Bundle.
Excuse me. You are right. He's gonna win with Sigarda.
Oh, okay. There's a mana dork that'll instantly die and get eaten.
There's about 30 minutes left. That's maybe how Jacob's planning to win this game. He doesn't have a naturalize.
Jacob says, I'm going to draw 3 cards a turn, but draw them very slowly. He and Karen Alar will do absolutely nothing. That'll buy time to block Sigarda if you have
Can
to
he
place
make... No, he can't. I was going to say, can he make him have to regenerate twice? I don't think so. Because he can't target him.
Alright, so there's nothing you can do to, like,
Only anger.
bolt or something like that. So the only thing he would have to do is double anger, but even then...
Jacob's got so much deck manipulation right now. With Tracker, Courser, Chandra. This is... If he has something, he's going to find it.
For sure. And if he doesn't, then we'll all be very upset that he just wasted our time.
Yeah.
He's getting 3 clues.
Oh my
3 clues
goodness.
a turn.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that. That's insane.
This is crazy.
This guy's gonna mill himself out.
Not even enough dice for this. Need to go get them some more dice. They're out of control.
Lord, Lord, Lord. Ugh. Let's see here. Same old. Draw a card, play land, draw 3 cards. Chandra, draw a 4th card a turn. Draw Marlborough, top card. I don't even think we care about what Jacob's life is at right now. Jacob just doesn't even care about gaining his life off of that Courser of Crewfix. He's showing that he's still at 15 on his life tracker. George gonna keep it that he's showing at 15. He says, "Oh well, if you're gonna kill me, there's an abrade. That's almost
What is
enough.
that gonna do?
That's almost enough.
That is interesting.
Huh.
An abrade.
Well, it's going down to 1. I guess it's been at 1. But
Sold out deck at 1.
and right here, everyone can kind of just throw on their like autopilot, snooze, cruise. You know, go watch a movie. You can go watch all the Star Wars trilogies. Come back.
Every actually player is done. Except for these
Every
two.
player is done with these 2. Noted. Noted. I'm gonna fly out to Atlanta, do my open, and then come back, and these guys will still be playing.
I'm wondering if Jacob has it.
I don't
Because
even
if
think
so,
you,
I would be so aggressive.
I don't even think you ult Chandra here. I'm pretty sure you just keep ticking up. Like, he has to have it, right? There's no way he's just wasting our time.
There's no way he doesn't have a single enchantment card in his sideboard. Oh, and he sacks his Chandra for another Chandra?
He might just have...
Yeah, he must have it if he's digging.
Yeah, well,
this
not only
hard.
that, I'm saying he must have, like, 9 cards or something dumb like that. Oh, he's just trying to dig even faster. Oh, see, like, there's the plan I was telling you about, where maybe
The backup plan of
he
land
blows
kill.
up all of his lands, and then, like, double angers or something like that. I hope that's not his, like, plan, because that's definitely not going to go too well if Watts just
What is that
land.
card?
It's Molten Rain, so it blows up a non-basic land and it deals 2 damage
I'm
to
not
Watts.
familiar with that art.
Yeah, so he's going for the blow up all your lands, double anger plan.
Might be Jacob's only plan.
Hopefully not, because that plan's going to go really bad if Josh goes draw land, draw land, draw land.
Uh-oh.
What is that? Is that a troll aesthetic? I believe that's Troll Aesthetic.
Yeah, it
which is almost the exact same thing as Throne. It's actually the exact same thing as Throne.
Different stats.
Except it has different stats and it costs 1 less.
Can be countered though.
This one can be countered. That's a good point. Alright, so Rips of Molten. Oh, yeah, it's back-to-back Stone Rain.
He didn't even play that Stone Rain off the top. Oh no, he drew it.
Yeah, he drew it for turn.
Yeah, so he's actually gonna have a good shot at land killing him out of the game here.
So now
But then he still has to get double anger.
Yeah, trying to. Well, he has one in his hand, I believe.
Yeah, he has one.
So he has to draw into the second one.
Better start land killing, bro. There's one.
So we found Jacob's out. That we hope is not his main plan.
Has he been forgetting clues or just not drawing lands?
I think Jacob just gave up on this game. He hasn't been gaining any life. He hasn't been throwing down any clues. Unless he just hasn't been playing any lands.
It is pretty irrelevant, to be fair.
Alright, draw Stone Rain. What's on the top?
Watts has a lot of birds in his hand, but Inferno Titan's making him keep
they
them.
just died of the bird, so Watts can't even. Okay, there you go. Triple clue. Let's see if he remembers.
Nah, he doesn't care about that.
Oh.
Yeah, might as well.
Right, there they go. He's like, might as well draw into my deck. Oh, Bolt. Nice.
Nice.
Alright, Exile's Bolt. I guess his Exile pile is way over there by Chandra we can't see. But that explains a lot, actually. So here's 1 Anger.
The land kill continues.
And he has he has the Stone Rain. So he can Stone Rain 1 land.
He's just going to take up all the time triggering things.
And now it's just drawing a second Anger or bust. Yeah, he has him down to 1 land, I believe. Or did he already play Stone Rain for turn?
No, he has not.
Those are some thick tireless trackers. Oh, another Inferno Titan. Good job, Jacob.
He's just getting to
Proud
show
of you,
off
man.
his skills.
He goes, you know what? I'm actually just going to show you guys every card in my deck.
I wish we had Jacob's deck list.
Oh, there's another one.
That's actually pretty good. He's killing lands faster than Josh is playing them.
That's true, but this plan can definitely backfire if Watts just goes land, go, land, go.
He has a Stone Rain in hand.
So,
Discard for turn, 3 Arbor Elves.
thing? But he has 3 lands open. Why don't he just Stone Rain?
No, he only has 1. Those are his discard pile. Or are they?
No, I don't know. His discard pile looks sideways to me.
Can't tell if it's his discard pile.
Jacob is definitely just a sloppy player.
Oh, those are just mountains. Yeah, so he couldn't cast with him.
What do you mean Stone Rain costs a red?
Yeah, I meant the Arbor Elves. But yeah, he could have.
Yeah.
He's probably waiting. I mean, honestly, like you could play a little sloppy here. I wouldn't recommend it, but like it doesn't matter. This is like a Lantern control deck at this point.
Oh, there's another land blower upper card.
But he's not even stopping Jacob from drawing things.
Can't do anything at the
Jacob
moment.
feels invincible.
Now I'm just trying to think how Josh wins here. Because, see, Jacob now has 3 land destruction spells in his hand. So I was thinking if Watts just rips land, go, land, go, land, go, he could get out of the double anger situation. Now, Jacob's just drawing so many land destruction spells that Josh will never be able to keep up with it.
Yeah, I agree. I think Josh has a lot going wrong for him, especially down a game. That's the biggest thing, right?
Oh, yeah. I think if somehow, miraculously, Watts takes this game away and actually wins, there's no way they end game 3. And I see 3 spectators around the table right now.
Oh,
just shaking their
That's
hand.
what Jacob just wanted to kill him at the same time.
All right, so there he goes. Boom, 2 land. You're done now.
Do you
Big
have 2
Shack.
angers?
You're dead.
He's.
So he's waiting to draw an anger.
I think he has exactly 2 angers. I think he mentioned that.
All right. Well, we hope so.
Discard Sigard.
Discard Siggy Sig. All right. Huh. So we're just waiting for Jacob to flip the anger, and then game's over. Plays land, gets 3 clues, draws 4 cards a turn with between clues and Chandra.
Very interesting game.
This is very very fun to watch. I don't know about you guys, but nothing makes my day more than watching 2 players do absolutely nothing for about 40 minutes.
I am actually interested to see how he gets. I can't read that dice.
Oh, that's awful.
Where did he find
Get
that dice?
Hour of Devastation pre-release dice out of here.
I had only put in clear white dice on the streaming table.
Well,
I don't know where they found that
I'm
one.
glad he went to get the worst possible dice he could use.
Josh,
I'd go up there and slap his hand, but that would only distract him, and we all definitely want this game over by now.
Josh is likely to just concede.
No, Watts never concedes. Josh will make him show him the win. If Josh,
I mean, actually, Josh has a chance to win by milling him because he's drawing so many cards. So
Okay.
I probably wouldn't concede either.
I think Josh, if Josh didn't want to make people sit down for 50 minutes and hate themselves playing Magic, he wouldn't play a troll dot deck.
He said he's showing him an anger. I wonder why that made him scoop.
I'm assuming he's saying I have a second anger in here. Oh, off the top!
What?
Wow!
He didn't even know that was there.
Crazy!
How is this happening?
Oh my gosh! It's almost like there's only 4 cards left in his deck. Oh my god!
We're up to 7 viewers now.
All right.
Thanks for joining. That was round 2.
For everybody that came in the last 5 minutes or so, you're so lucky that you've only been here for 5 minutes. I'm kidding.
It's a troll lock deck. Okay, we're gonna be on to round 3 in a moment. Please stick with us. We'll be right back.
All right. And the handshake. sick. When it first came out, everyone was like, what is this troll stuff that I'm seeing? Like, oh, like, yeah, okay, we'll put Bloodbraid Elf in with a bunch of big Eldrazi.
Let's bring up one of the cards from the deck.
My favorite card is Eldrazi Obligator, which I think is insane. And I'll bring it up for you guys real quick. You cascade into a Bloodbraid Elf, but it says when you cast him, you can pay 2, and if you do, you gain control of target creature until end of turn. You untap it, it gains haste, so you just steal it for a turn. So if you Bloodbraid Elf into it, you still cast it off of Cascade, so you can still get that trigger. So it's really sweet if you're playing against, like humans. So I've had it before where somebody's taking my 8/8 Champion of the Parish. They're like, okay, cast this Eldrazi Obligator, take your 8/8, and then now all of a sudden I'm getting hit at for 11. Like, that's insane to me.
The haste is real in this deck.
Like,
the haste is real.
It's crazy. You got Eldrazi. I mean, you got I'm trying to think of the 5/5's name. Reality Smasher with big 5/5 trample haste. Then you have Bloodbraid Elf, a 4/3 with haste, which cascades something to something else. That's crazy. You got this thing with haste, and I steal something else that has haste. This deck's hasty, hasty, hasty.
Yeah, and I do like that about it. Honestly, it's a pretty cool deck.
There's nothing, playing really big guys in Magic is really sweet. But playing really big guys with haste is even sweeter.
The only thing I don't like about it a lot is that I don't like Bloodbraiding into a Noble Hierarch, and I don't like Bloodbraiding into like Ancient Stirrings or a Mind Stone that much. Like, it's not terrible, don't get me wrong, but like sometimes there's value Bloodbraid decks and sometimes there aren't.
Right. But there are the times where it's like, I just Bloodbraided into a Noble Hierarch. Like, oh, that sucks, but at least I'm swinging for 4 now. And then, you get those times where it's, turn 6 or something. You rip a Bloodbraid Elf off the top, cast Bloodbraid Elf, Eldrazi Obligator. You have the 2 open, steal something, and now all of a sudden you're swinging for like, 15 something plus damage. Or some crazy number of damage. Like, imagine if Jacob, towards the end of this game, has an Inferno Titan out, and you steal that with Eldrazi Obligator. That's so much damage coming out here.
True. Well, notice the Rootbound Crag. That's definitely like a budgeted card in there. I knew he was supposed to have some Carplusion Forest that hadn't come in yet.
Yeah, he was looking for Forest, the Carplusion Forest here before the round started, and nobody had him for him, so he's just running like an extra Stomping Ground and some number of Rootbound Crags instead.
Rootbound Crag, honestly, it's a terrible choice for that. I would choose Copperline Gorge or just basic Forest.
Yeah, for sure, especially since
over Rootbound Crag, because you don't want to have that tap land.
Right, and he only plays, I believe it was 3 Forest, 1 Mountain, and then 2 Stomping Grounds.
I would choose City of Brass over over that. Gemstone Cavern. There's so many things I would choose over that.
So it looks like he got his turn 1 or his Noble killed, and then got his land Stone Rained. I believe it looks like Jacob was on the play here, so that's always favors the Ponza player to be on the play.
Jacob had a pretty poor start, but he had the Bolt, so I guess that's what his reasoning was.
It looks like he is missing a 4th land here, but it can't be too much. Oh, nope, there it is. He has the 4th land in hand. I'm sure he's deciding now if he wants to drop this Courser of Kruphix and gain a life, or if he just wants to shock himself and throw out the Pia and Kira, the mom and dad. But all right, here comes the Courser. He's going to reveal not a land. Now he's just going to play a land tab to gain a life, go up to 20.
All right, the Courser's pretty good defensive card here.
Yeah, 2/4 body's really good. Courser has really big butt. Pretty good card, especially if he's facing down just a measly little Scavenging Ooze, but as everyone who's ever played against Scavenging Ooze knows, that thing does not stay at 2/2 for very long.
Yeah, I want to see how big that Ooze can get or how important it will be in this match.
Alright, so Jacob at 20, Mike at 20, nothing interesting. Okay, Matter Reshaper, that's a pretty good card. A lot of these good Eldrazi cards came in from Oath of the Gatewatch. That's about when I started playing.
He tapped an extra mana for that.
What do you mean?
Only cost 3. No, that's a Kessig.
Yeah, that's
I'm
a
sorry, I
Kessig
thought that was
Wolf
a Temple.
No, but whenever I started playing Magic, I'd say about competitively was about whenever Oath of the Gatewatch came out and Origins, around that time period. So I got to start playing competitively with all these cool Eldrazi cards, which you now see they take over or make up a big percentage of all the Eldrazi decks in Modern and Legacy. Remember, Eldrazi Winter used to be a thing.
This actually looks like a fun tournament, man. It's just a lot of mid-range decks.
Oh,
It
yeah.
sounds fun to me.
I would have loved to be here with my good old ad nauseum deck just running over these mid-range decks.
Well, that's true.
No,
Also,
no.
humans might like do really poorly against some of these decks.
Yeah, I mean, humans, I mean, if I were...
I don't think it likes fat green creatures.
I mean, it's not the fat green creatures, it's just having creatures that are bigger than you, which are fat green creatures.
Which are fat green creatures.
But that's definitely not what you want to be going against as humans. If I had to pick a deck to play in this tournament, so if I just had, decks to my disposal and I showed up and saw who was playing here with what deck, I definitely would have just brought some degenerate combo deck like Storm or
Yeah, they would have been pretty
Ad
weak to
Nauseam.
it.
And yeah, I haven't seen much. I mean, maybe that Troll Aesthetic
But-
Worship deck would have been not too good.
But if you're hitting like all counterspell decks, rather play humans or something
Yeah,
than combo deck.
like a more aggro deck, but it doesn't seem there's much control here at all. I think I saw a Merfolk over there. I saw some Abzan over there. Right now we have Ponza
I
against
believe we have about 12
Red
players.
Green Eldrazi. And we just saw Troll Aesthetic. I've seen like 2 Tron decks and a Burn deck, I believe. So it's a bunch of mid-rangey decks. Then you have your aggro deck. I think there's 1 Burn and then a Merfolk. And then you just have I don't think no control decks out there at all. And then you have 1 Tron.
One Tron, huh?
One Green Tron and 1 Eldrazi Tron.
I see.
So not very a fan of there's no big mana decks out there today, really.
This Ponza is really doing great today.
Ponza's looking good. Jacob's looking like a halfway decent pilot, almost knowing what he's doing. Oh,
he's been out of the game for a while.
Here's the Obligator. He's going to steal the
Ooh.
Courser of Crewfix. That's right, because it can't be blocked by anything. That looks like a hasty swing. What was that, 5?
Oh.
Oh, and he's going to
That
play a
doesn't-
land off
he
the
already
top?
played his land.
Ah,
So
darn.
I don't really know what good that does, but it is cool.
All right, so it looks like a swing for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I believe.
Dude, I might kill the ooze when I can here.
Yeah, I think you definitely don't let the ooze get too big. And I don't think you care too much about just throwing 2 little 1/1s at stuff.
I might throw Pia in front of it and throw 1/1 in front of the Eldrazi. Ooh, I definitely think you should let the Shaper hit you.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about this block. So Jacob's taking 4 right here on the chin, going to 16.
All you did was fuel that ooze up.
And now he's gonna flip over. Like he knows there's a land on top, so he gets something for free right there off of the Eldrazi. Sorry, off the Matter Reshaper, and then he just flips a land. He gains a life off of Courser Crewfix.
Wonder if he caught that.
So I'm not sure if he caught that, but we're just gonna assume he did.
We'll check the life totals. And it's on to Jacob's turn.
So Jacob, so he has another P and Kieran here. So blocking with that was like definitely good. I'm not really sure I would have blocked the Matter Reshaper. I would have just wanted to kill the ooze. He only has 1 green mana.
Well, he's at 20. He didn't get the life trigger. Hard to remember cards that aren't even yours.
Blocking with P and Kieran was definitely right there. I'm just not quite sure about the target here, but Mike knows what he's doing. I mean, Jacob knows what he's doing. They both know what they're doing. Let's see. So he's formed his Thopters in a triangle formation. That's what we call the good old pyramid trick, bait and switch.
Isosceles triangle. Can't tell which ones are swinging and which ones aren't.
But there are definitely 3. Instead of having a dice on 3, he has 3 dice on 1. That's kind of good, I guess. Some people know he has 3 1/1s instead of like a 3/3.
For sure.
But the Skoos could definitely get out. So right now, Scavenging Ooze can easily go up to a 4/4 here and just not be able to be
19.
blocked by anything. So I'm not sure about the Scavenging Ooze. This game might come down to it.
I think the ooze is going to grow too big.
The Ooze could be the downfall.
Yep. He's going to regret the day he didn't kill that ooze.
Here, I'll pull a Scavenging Ooze. So if some of you that aren't too familiar with Modern understand why Scavenging Ooze is pretty good. Boom, right there. Pretty good. Okay, so you just pay green, you get to exile any card out of the graveyard. So it's really good against Storm or other graveyard decks that play with their graveyards. Anything with lingering souls, anything of that nature. And if you eat a creature, it gets big with the 1/1 counter, and you gain a life. That can only be so bad.
Bloodbraid.
Elf, into a Noble Heart. That's probably one of the only things you don't want to hit with Bloodbraid Elf. That's quite unfortunate. Everyone knows Bloodbraid Elf. Everyone knows the Queen. She recently got unbanned. played. She got unbanned at the same time Jace the Mind Sculptor did, but Bloodbraid Elf has had such a bigger impact on the meta. She's been played a lot more. She's actually, I think, the reason that this red-green Eldrazi list was even put together.
Yeah. Maybe.
So he's getting in there. Just the Bloodbraid Elf, so that's for 4 because it's exalted by the Noble Hierarch. No block, so Jacob's going down to 12. And then just follows it up with a Matter Shaper. Mike is firing on all cylinders today. He says, I got a threat. I'm going to draw a threat, cascade into not a threat, but then boom, play an instant threat right here.
Got an Inferno Titan in hand. That could be a game changer.
Inferno Titan could be a game changer if he lives long enough to cast it. I mean,
he's got so many stomping grounds in play.
So he's at 3, plays another Courser, so he's going to be gaining all the life here. Okay, so I was a land off the top, goes to 14. So he is 1 land away from being able, there it is on top. So that Inferno Titan will be coming down next turn.
Looking good for Jacob. And I would probably kill the Ooze either now or in response to the Ooze trigger.
Right, he has a Lightning Bolt in hand. So I think you might just pull the trigger now so you can't gain the extra life.
I would actually do it now. I don't think he's going to.
Jacob getting in 3 in the air. All right, so Mike down to 16.
Because there is a very advanced move with Ooze you can do right now, which I don't. I'd be worried about Jacob falling for. I'm not even sure if Mike knows it or not, but he could pump the Ooze, and then in response, Jacob could bolt. And see, there's only there's more than 2 creatures. Never mind. And then in response, he could just pump it twice more. So that would be pretty terrible.
Yeah, I think if Jacob tries to bolt it now, it's not going to work.
Yeah, so he has to wait for him to pump it. But if he plays a green, he has 3
green right now with the Noble Hierarch.
So they're basically playing chicken.
Right. Yeah, I think if I wanted the Ooze dead, I definitely would have done it on my turn. There's also Kessig Wolf Run tricks.
I don't think he's that worried
do.
about the Ooze though. He's got an Inferno Titan. He's got a bunch of guys out. He's really not worried about it.
For sure. So I think next time he drops Inferno Titan next turn,
I think he's more worried about bolting Mike at this point.
Just putting the game away? Okay. That's a clock. See what I'm talking about? Big, hasty creatures? You get to play big creatures, you get to play hasty creatures. That's the best.
That's a reality smasher. We'll bring that up.
And this is definitely smashing the reality that Jacob's thinking he's going to win this game. So there you go. Trample haste, and he becomes a target of a spell. It's countered unless they discard a card. That does not work for abilities, though. So if Jacob wanted to, he could hit it for all 3 pings on Inferno Titan. But
I would block it with all 3 of my creatures, honestly, because he would only kill.
Right, he's swinging for 6. Yep, there he goes. There's the triple block. He's attacking for 6.
Oh wait, but it is a 6.
Oh, it still does.
It still only kills 2 of them. So that's a good move.
So it looks like Jacob's gonna lose his Pia, his mom and dad, and a Courser prefix here, but I definitely make that trade for the big old fat 6/6.
You know what I like about this matchup, Mark?
What do you like about this matchup?
Both of them have Kessig Wolf Runs in play.
You like Kessig Wolf Run? They're such a green mage.
How often do you see double Kessig Wolf Run?
About as often as you see this matchup. But
Inferno Titan time.
What's your favorite thing about Kessig Wolf Runs? Why do you like that card so much?
Well, it's not really good in Modern, but you might as well play it if you're playing these decks, because, why not?
So not good in Modern? You think it's good in what?
It was insane in Standard with the Primeval Titan days.
Back in the day?
Oh, yeah. And you could get... I had a deck that would Primeval Titan out, Inkmoth Nexus, Kessig Wolf Run.
You just one-shot people in the air.
Oh, yeah. It was good.
Sounds crazy. All right, Jacob gaining a life off of Courser, but I'm sure he'll just...
I think he gained 2 life. No, just 1.
He
Sorry.
just has 1.
Excuse
but
me.
he's going to pop it. He cleared the way, killed out the Matter Shaper here.
Breaks even on that life.
Yeah, so he's going to fetch, go down to 14, and then go back up to 15.
Shout out to all the viewers checking out
off of land.
The match.
Yeah, so I'm not going to change his life total because it stays the same. So he has 6 man here, can cast the Inferno Titan. I guess he doesn't have really too much really good options here. I guess he just kills Bloodbraid Elf and Noble Hierarch. Leaves a Scavenging Ooze that'll probably become a 5/5 by the end of the turn.
That thing could get really big, actually. It could potentially get bigger.
Yeah, it's gonna get bigger than the Inferno Titan next turn if you really want to.
But he still has a bolt. Or
Well,
does
he already used the bolt on the Matter Reshaper.
Oh, wow. He's killing his Matter Reshapers like they're nothing.
Yeah. And he just flips
Brave
another.
move.
Here we go.
I don't think he's going to kill the ooze. Yeah. That's a better move.
Yeah, so he kills those two.
Because he wouldn't kill it.
Oh, he pointed at him. What's going
No,
on
I think
here?
he pointed Bloodbraid Noble. I think. I believe he pointed Bloodbraid Noble.
Okay, yeah, he did. But he's going to gain a life off of the Scavenging Ooze. He'll go up to 17. But now you see the problem of Jacob not being able to kill that.
Yeah, but he's got 3 flyers.
That's true. I wonder what Mike is at a total of. I believe that says 12. I think I might have missed an attack from the Flyers earlier.
Probably.
Yeah, he's at 13 right now. So there's how much red did this man have? He goes 1, 2.
That's a good card.
1, 2, 3. So he can pump Inferno Titan to a 9/6, which gets over Scavenging Ooze.
He can't swing though, because there's just no way, right? Or
I mean, he's not like dead yet.
what could he make him right now? How many? He has 3 green. Oh, that's pretty good.
Oh, wow!
This is what I was waiting for.
That was pretty good. Remember the beginning of this match?
Wait, I
said,
don't think that's actually a legal tap for that, because I don't think you're allowed to use the temple on the ability, right?
It says Eldrazi abilities. It does say
Yeah,
abilities
but it
on
means activated abilities. I've had this problem on Magic Online before.
Might want to go check that. We'll bring it up again here.
That's okay. It's not gonna matter.
He has all the mana in the world, anyways. But just to be sure.
Yeah, he has all the mana in the world, anyways. Not a concern.
But as the match began, I told you guys that there's the option of him taking that Inferno Titan, and it just happened.
Oh, what a move!
He says,
Did
"All
he
at
draw
you."
that?
He says, "All at you."
Did he draw the Obligator off the top? He might have.
Might have just sick ripped it. Sick rip, kick, flip.
I at least didn't see it in his hand. Yeah.
Now Jacob's just staring at his board going, why do I play such good cards? I don't know what to do.
Oh, he scooped him up.
And he scooped him up. He said, that's game.
Can we read
can't
Obligator real quick? I want to confirm that.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not
I was brought
crazy.
up Eldrazi Temple because it just says 2 for activated abilities. It's not an activated ability.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and let them know that.
So Zach will go let them know, but for the viewer's sake, it's not an activated ability, so he actually can't pay for that with mana from Eldrazi Temple. But wow, what a crazy ending. That is how you do things right there. So we got Mike up a game and reset life totals here. Crazy game. That's how you win things. All right, so Zach just went out there and let them know. What do you guys think of that game? That was pretty insane. This deck's pretty insane like that. I think Eldrazi Obligator, definitely a top-notch card. Definitely gives all these other mid-range decks a run for their money. I've seen so many crazy things with that card, like I was saying earlier. Take a Tarmogoyf, take something fat. I've seen it, no joke, guys. I've seen it take an Ulamog before.
What?
I've seen someone use it, take an Ulamog, exile 20 cards from their opponent's library, and boom, now you're getting hit for a 10-10 with Indestructible. What are you going to do against that, Tron?
Mark, what did you get to how did you make the viewer count like triple while I was gone?
Because I tweeted out, I was like, yo, that that one guy that got second and can never actually finish out a tournament in first, but only get second is going to be talking with the old Zachary Bob Dolkerzan. You see Zach's dog in the bottom camera. He just went away. You can't see him anymore. Dog's name is Blanket, by the way. You can hear the dog's little pitter-patter outside the door. Tell us about your dog, Zach.
I would rather talk about Magic.
Your dog's so much more.
Well,
So what do you see in the sideboards? We don't have deck list or anything like that.
not for this tournament, no.
I saw some Chandras coming in from Jacob, which is always is a pretty good card against other mid-range decks and creature decks that usually play Chandra. Oh, looks like he's taking his Chandras out, actually. Never mind. I got those mixed up. So he's taking Chandra out. Very interesting. I wonder if he's going to take the Blood Moons out. No, he's leaving Blood Moons in. It's an interesting choice. Not a bad one.
Yeah, it's not terrible in the matchup.
Mike, on the other hand, I just wish I knew, like, what he was playing. I don't know anything about this red-green Eldrazi list. Like, I know about what it plays, but I don't know anything about sideboard tech, you know? I'm sure some number of
It's got a better
artifacts
sideboard than Eldrazi Tron because you have more colors.
Right.
So at least there's that.
That's good. That can only be so bad.
A lot of these decks are just playing 4 Lightning Bolt and then dudes with some rampers. That's kind of what both of these decks are based around.
All right.
One of them has Arbor Elf Utopia Sprawl. The other has Eldrazi Temple.
So they're all just like, I'm going to ramp out my shit first. So Jacob's plan is to make sure you can't ramp into your big things, and then Mike's plan is kind of just to ramp into my big things.
Yeah, Jacob has a little more land kill there, which can backfire against aggressive decks, but right now seems pretty solid in the format. Haven't seen much Zoo around.
Yeah, it's not very many aggro decks here, really. There's I think I saw one Mardu Burn list here, and then I saw a fish deck.
Ooh,
Good old Merfolk.
we'll
Which
probably see
hopefully they
more of
end up
that.
doing well, because we might bring that for you guys next round. But we're gonna give a good old shuffle. We still got the three little tokens on the field here for Jacob. Looking pretty sad.
Yeah,
Bad token.
he's gonna start off with some Thopters.
He says, "You beat me so bad." Mike goes, "I beat you so bad, I'll let you start the game with 3 Thopters. How's that sound?" And then Jacob said, "Okay." Mike says, "Because you're gonna need it, Jake."
I thought Jacob had that one actually, and then the Obligator came out. That's really what it came down to.
Yeah, that Obligator's pretty nutty. Who knew that 4
Threatening-
mana or 5 mana, swinging for 9 damage, and then 3 off of the Inferno Titan. You know, total of 12 damage. Be pretty good. And he's running red, so he can pump the Inferno Titan if he needs to. So
That's funny.
that's fire breathing. So many possibilities here.
All right, we're on to game 2.
All right, so Jacob on the play, I would assume, because he lost. He's a loser.
Got a
Both.
Utopia Sprawl, Stone Rain, Blood Moon hand. I think he's gonna keep it.
Definitely looking not bad. I think that's 3 mana on turn 2, so you always
Oh,
keep hands like that.
Except for he drew a double Blood Moon. That's kind of awkward. I think I'd keep it. Not happy about the double Blood Moon.
I would keep it more of like my turn 2, I get to blow up your land. So if Mike doesn't open up with turn 1 Noble Hierarch, then it's basically Jacob on turn 4 when Mike's on turn 1.
I don't know if I'd turn 2 Stone Rain or turn 2 Blood Moon. It depends on what they do.
Yeah, I think it depends on if he plays Noble Hierarch or not. I think if you don't play Noble Hierarch, you probably just spout off the Stone Rain.
I didn't get a chance to see Mike's hand.
And Mike's keeping it secret. If he doesn't want us to know about these Eldrazi Obligators he's hiding,
Well, I
Likes
saw
to keep-
Kitchen Finks in there.
likes to keep the chat crazy. What was that? Is that a Blood Moon of his own? Is that a Lightning Bolt?
Well, this is Jacob's deck. But yeah.
Yeah, you can just barely see the tippity tip of Mike's cards.
Oh, I see. Peeking him over there. Utopia Sprawl.
Mike's hand's looking pretty interesting. He has a double Noble Hierarch that is a Lightning Bolt in his hand. So it's Lightning Bolt, double Hierarch, Thought Not Seer. So he could potentially have a turn 2 Thought Not Seer if he has an Eldrazi Temple after this Copperline Gorge.
He did have Copperline Gorge.
So now what do you do? Now what play do you like? Because he has 2 Stone Rain effects and 2 Blood Moons in his hand.
I don't really like either. I guess
you could Blood Moon and prevent the turn 2
think.
Thought Not Seer.
Yeah, I guess Blood Moon?
I actually don't believe Mike can cast Thought Not Seer or any Eldrazi spell. Oh, he can cast Eldrazi Obligator, but I don't believe he can
doesn't
cast
have waste.
right, because he doesn't have a colorless mana. If even Noble
then
Hierarch
Blood Moon
taps
is
for-
definitely the move.
Taps for a color.
Unless he has
all these
Mind
other
Stone.
ones.
He's gonna need Mind Stone.
Right. Well, in his hand right now, he doesn't have a way to cast it. Colorless mana is something they introduced when I started playing in this Oath of the Gatewatch. So you see right there, Thought Not Seer requires 3 generic mana, is what they call it now. So mana of any color, and then 1 colorless mana.
Oh, yeah, his Utopia Sprawl falls off, doesn't it?
It does fall off. His Utopia
yeah,
Sprawl
let me
falls
go
off.
get the judge.
Because, here, I'll read Blood Moon out to you guys. Blood Moon turns all non-basics. Here, why am I bringing up Blood Moon? Let's bring up Utopia Sprawl. That's a fun one. So Utopia Sprawl says attached to a forest. It says enters battlefield, choose a color, enchant forest. It says whenever enchant forest is tapped for mana, its controller adds 1 mana of any color.
Hopefully.
So what happens here is Blood Moon turns Stomping Ground into a mountain, which means it's no longer a forest. So Utopia Sprawl just falls off because it's no longer being able to attach to a forest. It's like how Daybreak Coronet works, where Daybreak Coronet makes you need an enchantment to enchant it to the creature. So if there's no enchantment on, Daybreak just falls off.
Yeah, I don't think it will come back to bite him, but it was a unfortunate misplay.
Definitely wasn't oops. Okay, so Mike's going to take 2 off of that. Goes to 18.
Check the life totals.
I believe Jacob did fetch as well. Jacob's at 16. Mike goes to 18. Alright, so it is 18 to 16. I think they're going to have a question on if it's a non-basic or not. And it is a non-basic, just by the way.
We might need to get the judge to just watch their match. Yes, sir, it is a non-basic still. It's a non-basic mountain. That is correct. These are some newer players coming back. Well, they're not newer players. They're older players, but they have not played in a good while. Jumping back into the scene.
When I first met these guys, they walked up to me
Little Rust.
and they said,
Ooh, hit for 5.
back in my day. That's how they start off all their Magic stories, was back in my day.
I believe Jacob's at 11 now.
Double Hire can definitely put a clock on. Even just the fact that Eldrazi Obligator has haste. Like, he's not able to steal anything, but he's just like a 3-1 with haste. Double Hire turns into a 5-1.
Although, Jacob, if he could survive this, if Mike didn't start off with double hierarch, Jacob probably would have been steamrolling. Oh, but he drew another land. What else does he have?
All right, he's stuck. He has a Bolt. So Mike's hand right now is 1 more copy of Bolt and then double Thought Knot Seer that he actually can't cast.
I think Mike's got him where he wants him.
So Mike can't cast half of the cards in his hand, and Jacob just scoops him up. Jacob gives up. All right.
I think he just got a little flooded. Well, he got flooded and then only had land kill spells. He really didn't have anything
like
else.
A threat. So the way Pawns is like really excels is whenever you go destroy your land. Okay, follow it up with some 6/6 that you can't respond to because you only have 2 mana on turn 4.
Mm-hmm. I do not believe any of those misplays mattered. It was pretty straightforward game. We'll be back with round 4 right after this, so stay tuned. And we're back with Mike and his Red Green Eldrazi versus Josh and his Troll Dot deck. We've seen these two players on streams the previous rounds. Let's see how they do today.
So who are you looking for with the advantage in this deck or in this matchup?
Well, you know what? I have no clue. I think the Troll Dot deck might take it. Honestly.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting. I can see Josh's Blood Moon kind of messing up Mike. As we saw in that game 2, Jacob cast a Blood Moon, and Mike actually had 2 Thought-Knot Seers in his hand that he couldn't cast. Unfortunately, as we saw, Jacob ended up losing because he was just getting beat down. But it does prevent him from casting his Eldrazi, as in like Matter Reshapers and all of his Thought-Knot Seers and Matter Reshaper.
Dismember.
Reality Smasher. But he does Dismember the Bird. You know, Dismember the Bird doesn't come off the tongue quite as good as Bolt the Bird, but it definitely works. And then he just follows it up with the Noble anyways. He says, good job, man. My bird just did 4 damage to you.
Yeah. He's got both of them in his deck. Unlike Mike, who only has 4 Nobles.
So, unfortunately for Mike, I think one of the biggest edges that this Red-Green Eldrazi deck brings to the table is that Obligator, being able to steal his opponent's threats and really big creatures, as we saw. Unfortunately, in this matchup, there's not much to steal. It's
exactly.
All of Josh's actual threats have hexproof.
Exactly.
And everything that doesn't have hexproof is a 0/1.
I have a feeling he's about to slam down either a Blood Moon or a Worship.
Oh, he has 4 mana here, so we'll see Josh going down to 19.
So, Matter Reshaper, Dismember, we've already seen a lot of these cards. But let's go ahead and see whatever he plays here. We'll bring up on the big screen for you.
Right, we've seen both of these decks in action. It's interesting to see them both. It looks like maybe a Magus of the Moon. Oh, and just a Blood Moon. Just good old OG Blood Moon. Mike says, you know, I've seen it before. I hit it last round, yada, yada.
Unimpressed.
Unimpressed. But what this does mean is that Mike can now not cast any more Matter Reshapers, Thought-Knot Seers, or Eldrazi in general, except for the Obligator, really. And we'll see if we can get a look at Mike's hand real quick to let you guys know what's going on.
Matter Reshaper, I like that guy. He's a good attacker, good defender. He can do it all, really. He's not like too powerful, but he's very solid.
Right, and I like the play that he just like replaces himself. So Mike's hand's really not too impressive. It's a Noble Hierarch that he just played, and then other than that, his hand is 2 lands, Ancient Stirrings, and an Eldrazi Obligator.
So he can't play.
Which you know, he can cast the Ancient Stirrings, but the Obligator is not too impressive in this matchup. I'm sure it'll probably be one of the first cards coming out of when he goes to sideboard.
Yeah, I would assume so. I mean, this depends. You can still haste attack, which is relevant. I don't know what strategy I would take versus him. I know he has some artifact enchantment kill. But I do not know what his game plan is going to be.
All right, so this looks like 5 mana. So it looks like it could be.
It's an O-ring up at the top there.
Oh, okay, an O-ring.
He exiled the Noble Hierarch. He's trying to mana stifle him. He's going to have to play the rest of the game with 1 basic forest. He was fortunate to draw, honestly.
Yeah, and I mean, like, it's pretty not bad because he is holding an Ancient Stirring. So if he needs to, he can Ancient Stirrings, hopefully find a basic, hopefully find some sort of Eldrazi he can cast, or maybe a Bloodbraid Elf here. Oh, he can't find Bloodbraid Elf. Sorry, what am I saying? So
what am I saying?
He's just gonna find a land. It's really gonna look like a really cool land, but yeah, it's just gonna be a mountain. Just a mountain.
Yeah, I think Josh is gonna lock him at least game 1.
It's already looking pretty good right now. He just has a little like, I'm gonna deal 3 damage. Worst case scenario, Josh blocks.
Excuse me. Does Josh only have 1 card in his hand?
I believe Josh has 2 cards.
He's keeping him
stacked on top of each other.
Keeping him poker handed right there.
No, it is just one card. It's the Magus of the Moon.
Ooh, no, that's not a great card.
Yeah, it's nothing crazy, but
very
it can
redundant.
kill the Matter Reshaper. So that could just be enough. But
We-
it also gives Mike a target for that sad Eldrazi Obligator in his hand.
They found one of the okay, Josh is at 12. They were discussing a mark on the dice there. But yeah, Josh is at 12 with Mike at 16. Josh is looking to draw some action. He did not. As a Magus, Sigarda would be very good.
All right, Magus and another Noble.
Could
So
be swinging with something.
he could
There
be
you go.
swinging in for 2. He could be getting in here.
Two
All
it
right, so
is.
he could attempt to race. He throws his hands up like, yep, 2, that's it. That's all I got. Just a little bird. So I guess if Mike wanted to, if he draws a land here, he
Mike-
could go Obligator, steal your Magus, swing for 3, 6, 7, 8 total. Drop you down to 4 if you don't block anything.
I think Mike's looking for a Bloodbraid Elf or a. I'm not really sure, actually. I haven't seen him play Mindstone. I wonder if he took them out.
I don't know if he even plays them at all. I'm not even
I
sure.
saw
if
him in
this
his
deck-
original deck.
You did? Okay.
Yeah, which I haven't seen him draw them though.
So the only card he can actually play in his hand right now is a Noble Hierarch and then an Eldrazi Obligator if he wants to. But if he casts the Obligator, he can't steal the Magus. They're just going to get him for 4. And he says, your Magus no longer blocks me.
Josh down to 8.
So you could swing in with 4 also with his Magus. But, let's see what happens here.
And he does.
And he does.
Down to 10.
All right, no blocks. We're down to 10. And cast a second Blood Moon.
Confirmation Mike's at 9 life.
I guess I just missed one in there from the Noble attack earlier, I think is what it
Yeah,
was.
that's
Very close game here.
a bunch of small creatures and land effects.
Right, Josh does have blockers for days until Mike rips the good old Bloodbraid Elf. I think if Mike rips a Bloodbraid Elf, it could get very difficult for Mr. Joshua Watts. Eldrazi Obligator. Wonder if he's choosing to steal. He's not. He's just going to swing in for 4.
He doesn't have a colorless.
Oh, that's right. That does take a colorless. We'll look at that again.
Down to 4 life.
Josh not blocking ever. He said, I don't need these blocks. He said, your creatures do nothing to me.
Down to 4 life. Josh. Ooh, an
Oh, and an
Elspeth.
Elspeth?
I think that's gonna take
All
the
right,
game over.
that's pretty hot. I don't know
Let's
of
bring
any
the Elspeth up
flyers.
because that is a powerful card.
I don't know of any flyers in this red-green Eldrazi deck.
That's the 6-drop Elspeth.
Right, so she's going to be pumping out 1/1s and 1/1s and
Who's that one?
1/1s.
Go down. There you go.
Oh, there it is. That was just a promo. My bad, guys. So many different arts. All right, so Elspeth Sun's champion. +1, you create 3 dudes. -3, you destroy all big dudes. -7, you just one-shot your opponent. That's just what that means. So he's getting
Yes,
in there for
sir.
4. He's just going to chump block with the Matter Reshaper. Reveals Eldrazi Temple. Oh, I'm sorry, reveals Mountain. $10 Mountain there, ladies and gentlemen.
$10 mountain. Yeah, I would scoop him up probably if I was Mike.
Yeah,
Don't-
I don't see Mike winning this one.
I mean,
Josh
maybe
now
he could
has-
double bolt him actually. Oh, he has 1 bolt. Yeah, actually,
does have
that
a
is
bolt
his
in
out.
hand.
That is his out for sure.
Unfortunately, Mike is also at like a lower life total, so there is a chance here that Josh just swings out in 2 turns, a couple
Yeah,
turns, and
he
beats
has
him.
to find like exactly bolt next turn, maybe.
I
that is the only way to
believe
win.
He has 2 turns if he goes on the passive plan here. I mean, he attacks, hopes that it goes through, but I doubt Josh will let it go through.
It wouldn't go through. It would be for game. He's not gonna let
Oh,
that go through.
that would be go through. You're right. And then let's see. Josh swings back for 2, 3, 4.
I think he's hoping he forgot about Exalted. I think that's what he's hoping.
Watts says, I don't forget nothing. I don't forget triggers. Back in my day, we used to pull that good old Exalted trick all day. Double blocks, that's trades. Now he swings him for how much? 3 damage. Drops Mike to 6.
Mike does have a bolt in hand with Josh at 4 life.
This is insane.
Can Josh win this turn? I do not
I
think so.
don't believe Josh wins this. I think if everything goes unblocked, Mike goes down to 6, and then Josh would have threatening lethal next.
Swing for 4.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mike would go down to 5. Now look at Josh already getting the tokens ready. He says, I'm already going to make 3 tokens, buddy.
I believe Mike's on the draw the second bolt plan.
Second bolt, and the game's over. Okay, so he blocks.
Mike's
Here
been
it
running
goes.
pretty hot.
One turn to win it all. Actually, I think he has 2 turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so he has 2 more draw steps. He has this draw step and then 1 more draw step. That was not a bolt, ladies and gentlemen. So he has to. All right. Oh, okay. There's another blocker. Maybe
For
he
sure
just pumped
has
out some
2 turns.
blockers.
Can Josh deal with this? What is
Yeah,
that
so he-
white card in Josh's hand?
He only has 1 draw step left because Elspeth will ult next turn and then just give all his creatures flying, and the game will be Dunzo Bunzo.
Getting in the red zone. Into the red zone. He blocks, he takes 4, he's down to 5.
And it looks like it is an Oblivion Stone.
Ooh, that's a good draw, actually. Yeah, I think that's going to give Mike a false sense of defense this turn. If he can play a creature. Maybe not. 2, 7, 8,
All right,
9.
let's see what it is.
Ooh, it's a
and
land.
it's a land.
And he's dead. Bolted himself,
He
maybe.
bolts himself.
And he scoops.
All right, and so game 1 going over to Troll.deck. Josh, good job, good job.
Well done.
Elspeth off the top really put that game away.
And I
That's
would
really what did it.
honestly,
I didn't even know that deck ran Elspeth. Did you know that deck ran Elspeth?
I've never seen it in there before. I know that's one of his personal favorite cards, so I'm not surprised.
Would you have guessed that Elspeth was in there if you're playing
I
against
would have
that
maybe
deck?
played the 4-drop Elspeth. Honestly, that one is good for these random situations.
Yeah, I think any Planeswalker can be good in random situations.
4-drop Elspeth is pretty good with trolls, though.
Trolls.
Actually,
Trolls on trolls on trolls.
look at this side where he's got some Grafdigger's Cage, Crumble to Dust, Blood
Blood
Sun,
Sun. This guy's crazy.
Relic,
I don't think anything
Boil.
really to help him out here.
Chalice, Ratchet Bomb,
Swag Tusk.
Tusk, All His Dust.
All his dust could be not bad. That's a way to get rid of like worship and
Yeah, I think you got to bring in All His Dust and Ratchet
yeah,
Bomb.
it gets rid of worship. You can't regenerate all this dust, so it actually kills everything.
I'd bring in Ratchet Bomb too.
Bring in Ratchet Bomb.
Oh yeah, it can kill worship.
That's right. Oh yeah. Zach says, oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
If Zach says, oh yeah, he means a definite yes. Or uncontested yes.
Josh, I'm not sure what he had. Did you see any of his sideboard cards?
Nope.
Nope.
But it's good old Troll.deck. It's Joshua Watts on Troll.deck, so anything's possible. Anything. He could have
I could
he
see
could have
him take
Approach of the
this
Second
tournament.
Sun in that sideboard for all we know. Oh, he's taking out the worship? Don't do it, Josh.
No, that's
don't
a
do it.
Pyroclasm. Oh, okay. Mike brought out in a Pyroclasm.
Josh almost thinking about taking out the worship. I heard the rumors of there being a top 4 cut after this.
Yes, that is correct.
All right, so there'll be a top 4 cut after this. I believe if Mike loses this game, there are chances that his tiebreakers get him in anyways. But Mike says, forget that noise, because I'm not going to lose. Interesting. So Red Green Eldrazi on the play here. Hopefully something super crazy. Maybe like a turn 2 Thought Nuts here. No, turn 2 Mattery Shaper for sure.
This deck is definitely explosive. But Josh has been doing a good job of mulliganing to Bird Noble starts. So I don't think...
Josh definitely knows this deck really well.
Yeah, he's not afraid to mulligan for the good starts. This is round 4 of 4. Going to the top cut after this.
Like I said, Josh is a standard expert, doesn't play really much Modern at all. So
He literally plays this deck to troll people.
yeah, so I would assume whenever he would play Modern that he knows this deck inside and out. Because from what I understand, it's the only deck he ever plays in Modern. And it's to troll people. That's why it's called Troll.deck. Would you ever play this deck?
I have played that deck basically. Not that exact deck, but yeah, I've played Naya Evolution, which was not too far off.
And ran a Throne Worship combo.
Yeah, I've also played hexproof decks with a lot of hexproof creatures. Sometimes they didn't even play Worship though, but they were very similar.
And from your experience, what's that deck's downfall? Like, how do you not win?
Like Tron. Wait, well that's why he has Blood Moons, so that's good. I guess that's why he has the Blood Moons. But yeah, Tron is actually what killed the original hexproof deck I was playing when the Karns came out.
What about it killed it? The O-Stones?
Like they played Pyroclasms and O-Stones.
Oh, so those old like red-green Tron.
This was like the Geist of St. Traft, Troll Aesthetic, Drun. It was like the anti-Drun deck back then.
Ah, so it was like Bant Hexproof.
Yeah, because they couldn't. They had all removal spells and they couldn't use any of them.
Interesting.
Oh man.
Was that an important card?
No, it's just a land. They're gonna.
Oh no. Well, now Mike knows that Josh is running a land in his deck. We're going to go give him a DQ'd real quick. Give me a second.
No, Mark, I've never seen such a dedicated worship deck, though. Like, usually you see a little bit, but I've never seen such a dedicated one.
Would you say that he worships this deck?
Yes. He's got a...
I almost thought that was a Gadding Teague for a moment.
Mike's got a Noble, Bloodbraid.
Can't really tell if there's any green mana. Both hands look like they could be light on mana.
Mike's got a Noble and 2 Bloodbraids, and he's got like a Grove of the Burn Willows, Copperline Gorge. Copperline's a solid card. Yeah, Mike's got a solid hand. Eldrazi Temple.
Alright, so Mike's hand is pretty live for any threat now. He's going to have a next turn, he's going to have a next turn Bloodbraid Oath, so turn through Bloodbraid Oath can only be so bad. Hopefully he hits something better than a Noble of Hierarch this time.
He just swung for 1.
He's really sending a message. You know, when you swing with the Noble, it's not to get damage down. It's not because it's the right play. When you swing with the Noble, it's to send the message to your opponent. It says, hey, I'm not messing around.
Did you see that? Wait. He just drew the Matter Reshaper, I'm guessing.
Yeah, he just drew Matter Reshaper.
Because I was wondering why he didn't play it.
I think the play here is to still just play another Grove and then just Bloodbraid Off on curve. Always want to play on curve.
Josh had a very low action hand here.
All right. Oh, that's not very good. Well, it's not the worst.
We'll see how it's not bad.
I think if he hits
if he hit like a haste creature, he would have really taken over though.
I think if he hits like a big Eldrazi in this game, is pretty looking good.
In all his dust. He's going to take an all
I think that might have been the only option. Oh, no, there's a land. So that was the only non-land option for Mike. But, hey, that can only be so bad. And Josh just looks at that like, man.
Down to 15.
Can't really do anything about that.
Down to 14. Josh has had no play yet.
Interesting what Josh is playing now.
I think he's giving this game away. I think Mike got too much on the field.
Oh, it looks like he has a Sigarda and a... Blood Magus of the Moon.
Yeah, I think he's about to play Magus, but I think it's too slow.
Yeah, I think Magus, I mean, it shuts him off the Matter Reshaper plan. So it'll shut him off the Eldrazi plan. But it might just be too slow. Oh, that's a pretty good draw. Oblivion ring for Stone.
I don't know. He's just too far behind. Like, Mike's about to put another Bloodbraid on the table. Down to 13 there. Oh, well, he's shocked. Down to 11.
Mike has another Bloodbraid Elf in hand? I think if Mike has another Bloodbraid Elf in hand, this is looking pretty scary.
That's why I think Josh isn't going to be able to recover. Magus hoping that Mike can't keep the pressure on, but he can.
What a sick rip. What a good draw. Draws the Reality Smasher. Too bad he can't cast it.
Yeah, he can't cast it, so it's not so sick. Man, if I didn't play Mindstone, I would almost side Mindstone.
I don't know how you can play an Eldrazi type deck and not play Mindstone. I was playing a Eldrazi Tron tonight, and I had 2 Mindstones in my main deck because I'm just so afraid of Blood Moons, not being able to cast any of my creatures. You know, that's the worst part, having all this good shit in your hand and not being able to cast it. Oh, I just got fined $200 for saying that word. Sorry, guys.
Josh down to 7. Oh wait, Mike did not play a Bloodbraid.
Yeah, I don't believe he has a Bloodbraid
I
Elf in his
guess
hand.
I was mistaken. Wow.
Yeah, so I'm saying I think Josh might not come back because his hand's looking
Wow.
pretty not threatening right
Well,
now.
with Mike
but
just passing, I think Josh completely came back.
if Josh has one more land, he's able to cast a Sigarda, and I think that might just shut. He does have the land in hand. He might just be able to shut the game
It's
out.
not
here.
not a Plains though.
Oh, is a Sigarda double white?
Yeah,
So we'll bring
it
it up for
is.
you guys.
Yeah, that one. The hexproof Sigarda.
All right, so it is double white. So Hexproof. Oh, that's actually huge because it makes
Oh,
it so your
Pyroclasm.
permanents can't be sacrificed. You know what that means? All this doesn't do anything.
Oh, look at that move though. Holy crap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That he pyroclasmed and then smashered.
So it's dropping Josh down to 2. I don't know
Which
how Josh comes out of
He
this.
can actually Sigarda now.
He can go down to 1 and play Sigarda and block.
Oh, he has an Oblivion Ring. He's probably just going to do that. Because Oblivion Ring is actually a good answer. But that deck has so many haste creatures.
That's true. So I think Josh
You
is
don't-
out here. Is Oblivion Ring?
He's at 1, by the way.
Not. I'm sorry. I thought I put him at 1 after that fetch. The Oblivion Rings, hoping that Mike doesn't have a haste creature, and then he just drops Sigarda and then hopes to block any creature.
If Mike does not have a haste creature, he is in trouble.
Josh does not have to discard a card with that.
But
by
the
way.
deck is full of haste creatures. Completely full.
And lightning bolts. Just a
And
bunch
lightning
of face
bolts.
damage stuff. Let's see what he
Right,
gets
you
off the
are.
top here.
Game?
Game?
Game? Nope.
Oh, it looks like just
He's not
Lonely
going
Matter
very
Shaper.
quick. I would say no game.
All right,
Up,
not a
up,
Matter
up,
Shaper. He's juking us out. He's juking out the booth.
Oh,
Oh,
land.
Casting Wolf Run.
Is he, oh,
Whoa.
oh, I know the
Whoa,
move.
whoa,
Do you know the
whoa,
move?
whoa.
Yes, there it
All
is.
his dust.
All his dust, then swing for
And
5.
swing for game.
Wow, that's a good move, actually. Swing for
He
8.
says, who needs to have haste creatures in my hand when I can just remove everything and have haste creatures exiled?
Oh, and that's the match. No, it is
No,
not.
that-
I'm
that's just
sorry.
the
I'm
game.
used
So
to
they're going
Mike winning. They're in the game 3.
Wow, Zach. Don't let Josh hear you say that. All right, so going to game 3 with Troll.deck on the play here.
He only has 1 all his dust, but it was pretty clutch. But notice he had to dodge Blood Moon, and then he had to kill Magus of the Moon. So a lot of stuff went
But
Mike's way.
Yeah. He needed a very specific situation out of there because if that Magus on the moon was still out there, he didn't have the mana for it. Because the only reason he
Yeah.
had 7 mana
And-
was because of the Eldrazi Temple.
So that also Josh had a very poor start, and now he's going first. So that's going to greatly increase his chances of having a better start.
Josh basically went draw, turn 3 moon. Okay, I guess I lose.
Yeah, and then he still like almost came back. Actually, pretty interesting.
So with this, with Josh Troll.deck being on the play here, I think it's looking pretty good. I think it's looking pretty good for Josh on the play. If he can get a super explosive start, maybe like a turn 2 moon, turn 3 worship, turn 4 throne or something. I think that's the dream
I
start.
would bet on Josh, but I never put this red green Eldrazi deck out because it has so many haste creatures that if you stumble, it's gonna beat you.
All right, I think and it just blows up, damage out of nowhere with all that hasty stuff. Damage out of nowhere.
It punishes you for stumbling around, for sure. If you're sitting around trying to mess with my lands too much, I'm just gonna keep hitting you. I've noticed Ancient Stirrings, Bolt, Noble.
Is that the Johnny in this man's hand?
Johnny Vengeance? I bet
Looks
so.
like-
Oh, Mulligan.
No, not Vengeance. It looks like a red or green white.
Green white one?
Green
Wow.
whited Johnny. What is this man? Whose man is this?
No, he likes Planeswalkers.
I know he likes a Johnny. He wears a Johnny shirt like every week. He has a Johnny sleeves. I'm surprised they're not on here right now. I think this is actually the first time I've ever seen Josh not playing a Johnny sleeves.
Well, that's shocking news. Mike kept his hand. Josh is down to 6. Mike, or does Josh like his 6 hit better? He
right.
scries.
And there's the Johnny. Can't wait to bring that one up on screen for you guys.
Did he side it in, or is it just
Turn
main
1
deck?
birds.
Probably just main deck. Josh is playing an abnormal amount of basic land too to fit his Blood Moon in.
He says, I'm not getting screwed by my own Blood Moon. He does have a turn 2 O Stone.
Oh,
I mean O-ring.
Yeah.
O-ring. So if this guy, man, if he shocks, plays noble, oh, he's gonna bolt the bird. Bolt the bird. Goes down to 18 off of it though. Shocks himself. Oh, and he follows it up with the noble higher. Yeah, that's twice Josh has said, "Oh, you bolt my guy." Cool. Here's another one.
And Josh is going to go to 19 at the end of the turn as Mike is looking at his turn 2 options. I'm guessing.
If he,
I don't know what he's going to do. I know he has an Ancient Stirrings.
I think you ancient strength before you play your land, right?
Depends what he has. Mike down a life. Down to 17. With Josh down a card mulliganing, he's got the tempo on his side.
Yeah, mulliganing on the play is not really where you want to be because you're not on the draw, so you don't get that extra card draw. So, like, for instance, if you're on the draw, if you're going second and you mulligan, that's almost fine because at least you draw back up to 7. Whereas when you're on the play and you mulligan down to, like, 6 or 5, then you're just, like, out of luck.
Yeah,
because if you mulligan a 6 and then you go land 1 drop, well, now you're really, like, on a mulligan down to 4 because you only have 4 cards in your hand after that.
Sure. Well, if you're just joining in, we're looking at Mike Perry versus Josh Watts. Mike is 3-0 with his Red Green Eldrazi deck, while Josh is 2-1 with his Troll Worship deck. This is the last round before the top 4 cut.
Zach's dying in here, guys. Dying.
Interested to see what they're going to do. I think we got 17 to 19. Nope, can't tell if he's leaving.
That's interesting. I think he just shocked.
I don't believe he is. I think he's just shortcutting.
Let's see if he draws. If he draws, and we'll
he is.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, that's the next turn. Okay, he did that in his own turn, and I guess he wanted to.
I guess he might be
land.
short on land. Yes,
Yeah.
he's trying to draw a land. It's understandable. So it does play Magus of the Moon here, so it shuts off all of
It's a pretty good move.
Mike's Eldrazi except for the Obligator.
It was very smart of Mike to search out a basic forest before that. By the way,
Oh yeah.
Mike actually played around that Magus perfectly with the turn 1 bolt into turn 2 fetch basic. Pyroclasm.
Oh, he's just gonna Pyroclasm away his own guy.
Wild.
Wow. Mike says I'm crazy.
I don't
you
know
never know what I'm gonna do.
if that will work out in the end, but we will see. Depends what his hand is.
Just follow it up with the good old Ancient Stirrings.
Into a land?
Into not a Bloodbraid Elf. Oh, there's a land, a couple lands, and a Matter Reshaper.
Could assume he needs a land.
He's like, I need a land, but this Matter Reshaper's looking so tasty. Alright, just
And
grabs Grove and plays it.
I'm assuming he plays it, and nope.
Oh, nope, I spoke too soon.
And he plays it.
And he plays
Okay,
it.
now on
He
to the
jukes
next
us
one.
out. He's keeping us on our toes here in the booth. Oh, and Josh goes draw
That
go.
is
It looks like he
not-
has an
not
Elspeth
good.
and an Ajani in his hand, if I saw that correctly. That's a 6-mana Planeswalker,
That Pyroclasm actually hurt.
and whichever
Thought not Seer coming down.
mana that Ajani is. Alright, I guess we're gonna get a good look at Josh's hand.
Oh my goodness.
All right,
Look at
here it
these
is.
walkers and the
Wow,
worships.
and the worship. I guess you just take the worship here. And then just hope Josh doesn't get up to 6 mana.
I don't know what I do. I take the worship because
I think if you were Watts, you kind of just look down at your lands and go,
I'm screwed.
Deck, why do you hate me?
I am screwed.
Oh, and he flips over the land. Oh my gosh. If only he had something that cost less than 20 mana in his hand.
Honestly, he
And
might have time to cast him.
Mike says, beat you for 4.
Maybe not. Noble.
Oh, Noble. Oh, he's getting there. He's getting there.
Ooh, if that Elspeth hits play, it could be bad news.
I think if Josh rips a land off the top here.
Josh playing his lands very, very like patiently. His fetch lands. He's not sacrificing them. He knows he wants to keep the max amount of land count into his deck.
Interesting. Can't really get a good look at Mike's hand, but we do see the Obligator. Oh, and there's an Allah's Dust
wow.
in Mike's hand, actually. So even if this Planeswalker does
What
hit
a luck
play,
sacker.
I believe if that was that 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, that drops Josh down to 3.
Wow.
And with an Allah's Dust in Mike's hand, I believe that's game over.
He can't cast it though.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's true. I think Josh just drew a worship. So if he just drew a
That's
worship.
really funny.
Wow. I bet he wishes he had that
Yeah, he's
Eldrazi
gonna go and
Obligator
fetch now. That could come back to bite him. You gotta fetch before they attack you, otherwise you literally can't fetch because you have to have life to pay for your fetch land.
So I bet Mike wishes he had that Obligator now, because there's a move where you steal the Hierarch and then attack for game, and Josh dies because he doesn't have a creature on the field. So 1, 2. Oh,
he
there's the
does
Mind
play
Stone.
Mind Stone.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So next turn he's able to All-Is Dust.
Wow, that worked out for him.
So I believe
I believe he only plays one copy of All His Dust, so he's really clutch with that.
this is going over to Mike Perry.
I believe Josh is at 1 life.
So he can't even pop the fetch land.
Oh, and he drew a
He
fetch
can't
land.
pop the fetch land.
Josh
And
is
Josh is
clearly
sad.
frustrated.
Josh looks unhappy with himself. Looking at his deck going, why do you hate me? Mike
and
taps
then
out
rub it in
all
with
his
the all his
dust, and
dust.
then they scoop him up.
That's a ball game.
All right, Mike undefeated in the night, going crazy with this red-green Eldrazi list. I wonder if he can be stopped. I wonder if this
We
man
will
can
see.
be stopped.
We'll be
Oh.
back with the top 4 in 1 moment.
Life.
I was fine when you held my hand. I was fine when you pulled me down. You said the stars would answer. You said our prayers were written down. I was fine when you pulled me in. We were forced to be human, and then the world came after, and I had never questioned it. And they said it was wrong. Started it all.
back, and I have a new friend in here with me.
Hi, I'm Jason. I'm bad at magic, so I'm here.
That's Jason. He's bad at magic. He's not really bad at magic. But we're bringing you the quarterfinal. I guess.
You unplugged my dude. Oh, ripsies and peasies.
Oh no.
Are you back?
Good.
We'll find out.
We're back. I hope we're back.
What up? Hey, how you doing, Dolan?
Hey, it's Dylan, young Dylan.
Oh, that's young Dylan?
It's young Dylan. So we're bringing semis. I guess it was just cut to top 4, so no quarters. Just straight into the semifinals. We have Jacob, as you guys saw earlier, Mr. Hairy Arm Man. He's on Ponza. I'm going to blow your lands up and then hit you with an Inferno Titan. And we have Christian Fishkin playing
Who's
Fish.
on 7 Seas, I'm going to, like, turn all your things into islands.
Yeah, seven Seas Merfolk. So Jacob says, I'm going to blow your lands up. Chris says, I'm going to make sure you can't use any of your lands.
It's fair magic.
Fair magic.
Lost both of these decks.
Right. You were in the tournament today. How'd it go?
Oh, turns out Abzan midrange is not fun when everyone else is blowing up your lands.
All right. You heard it here first. Don't play Abs in mid-range if you want to get your lands blown up.
Mr. Hairy Arms.
All right. So in this matchup, what do you think is who do you think's favorite in this matchup? You think it's Ponza or Merfolk?
Honestly, Chris doesn't need lands to play. He gets if he can get the Aether Vial out there, he's just gonna go ham.
Yeah, that's true. I've played this deck many a times online. I'm a big humans player, and I know the key to this matchup, to the Ponza matchup, is just land an Aether Vial. You know, who needs lands when you have 3 Aether Vials out? You have one,
He is a blonde
1 on 2,
pumpkin.
1 on 1. There you go. Don't need lands.
Yeah, no, he doesn't need. Oh, it looks like he has a couple of lands in hand. Rip.
All right. I mean, that can only be having lands in your hand can only be so bad.
It can only be so bad. You
Yeah.
need him to cast some spells.
Chris was the higher seed going in, so Chris will be on the play.
Oh, that's real good.
Chris Catcher's real good. You get to stop his Stone Rain. Doesn't stop Utopia Sprawl, but will stop his Stone Rain. Jacob's fetching down, I believe, probably to just 19, get a basic forest. We'll see. Oh, no, fetching all the way
No.
down to 17.
Bold move, Cotton.
Bold move, Cotton. I think Merfolk is kind of favored as well as it just being a really aggressive deck.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Turn 1 birds. It's not too bad, you know. On Ponza, you probably want to see more of like a turn 1 Arbor Elf or turn 1 Utopia Sprawl.
Yeah, get that twiddling of the land going.
But turn 1 birds can only be so bad. You know, it still lets you play 3 mana stuff on turn 2.
Ooh.
You got a Lord? Okay.
Yep, we're straight in there already for 2.
Getting in for 2. Jacob already down to 15 on turn 1. Or his turn 1, Chris's turn 2. Sorry, I got it mixed up.
I just like watching Chris slide people's dice away.
All right.
Why does Chris flick so hard?
Chris flicking his cards like he doesn't even care. We do see a spreading season in his hand, which is really nice. Not that it super matters in this matchup, but that Lord over there will bring up Lord of Atlantis for you.
Yeah.
It does give all of his other creatures Island Walk, which, if you look at Ponza, you're like, what? They don't play any islands. And then you look at Spreading Seas, and it says, now you play islands. And it makes it so all of his creatures can't be blocked by little 0/1s and little 1/1s.
There's the Arbor Elf. That's
There's our brother. Okay,
Oh,
now he's just going to bolt
bolt
the Lord.
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So now his creatures can be blocked again, and they're a lot smaller.
I like
And,
how you're trying to crane your neck around the monitor to see if you can get a different angle.
oh, yeah. I'm
It's
just like,
just-
can I see his hand? What if I stand up? But-
Yeah, Seas number 1.
All right, so they're spreading seas, so it draws a card, so that's good. It also would have been really good if, say, Jacob puts a Utopia Sprawl on one of his lands. Spreading seas actually makes that Utopia Sprawl fall off.
Oh yeah, because it has to target Enchant Forest.
Right,
Yeah.
and so you turn it into an island, boom. Island does not equal forest.
Island does not equal forest. That's basic math here in Magic World.
Basic, quick maths.
Quick math. Dude.
All right, so Jacob down to 14 off of that fetch. So Chris doesn't have anything super explosive. No, didn't get in again, or didn't swing in for any damage, didn't play another creature. However, Jacob's Blood Moons aren't really going to do much in this matchup, seeing as how Chris plays all basic islands and then 4 Mutavaults.
Yeah, he's playing
And 4 caverns.
Mutavaults. He's also playing the I Don't Die to Choke lands. The Manamo and the
Oh,
one
that's
that
right.
bounces itself back to your hand. I don't know what that one's called because I didn't pay attention. I just died to Mutavault.
Because I didn't pay attention in school. Dynamute. Yeah, it does shut off Mutavaults and all the other lands don't really matter in this matchup, like the Manamo, the Cavern of Souls.
Yeah, he does have those 2 images. You're right, but I don't know. He's not playing anything worth imaging. He's just going to Stone Rain a land for value.
I think he's just gonna do it just because he has it. So it stops him from going like Lord.
Yeah, he's keeping them off Reedry too. Reedry can be really, really good once you start casting another Merfolk, untapping your lands, and just going almost infinite combo
Right.
style.
You just like you're like Reedry. Okay, cast a Merfolk, untap a land. Cast Merfolk, untap a land. And then you just cast all the Merfolk because you're untapping all the lands.
Yeah. I mean, it's not fair. It's almost elves-like, which is something blue shouldn't be able to do, but blue does.
Because he's blue.
And we're gonna seize again.
Spreading sees the forest.
That's fair.
All right. So Chris, I don't know if he's just trying to keep him off. Did you forget to draw his card?
No, I think. Oh yeah, he did. He did miss that trigger.
I think he forgot to draw his card.
Yeah.
Oh, and he got him for one with the Curse Catcher. So not the best draw for Chris. All right, that land's gonna get blown up as well by Jacob. And Chris doesn't have any more lands in his hand, so this could get really awkward for Chris really fast.
He's getting aggro with that elf too. I mean, he can still top deck a Vial, which is going to be really, really slow against whatever Jacob's doing, but it's a hope. There's a dream.
Right. I think the only good thing about this for Chris on Chris's side is that Jacob doesn't have like a big clock right now. There's only one card in hand, and it's not an Inferno Titan, so there's not like a super clock going on. We'll see. Okay. Phantasmal image. Let's see what he copies. Just another Merfolk.
Yeah.
Probably gonna swing it for one. They're just trading one damage at a time. Nothing crazy. He goes, "I'll tickle you. You tickle me. We'll tickle each other."
No, I think the play on the fish, because he could copy anything and block that Arbor Elf, but the fish keeps Jacob from casting anything outrageous without having 2 extra mana open.
Right. So he's just gonna Molten Rain that.
Molten
So
Rain.
Chris will take 2 off of that. So Chris goes to 17, keeping Chris on 1 mana. I would have been almost tempted to kind of to maybe copy a bird, just to if you need the land.
Chris's
But
dice are reading. I wonder if I don't think we missed anything.
have Chris and he's gonna take 1 down to 16 off the Arbor Elf.
Yeah, and then we're attacking him.
And then Jacob goes down to 10. It's such an interesting game of Magic. Goes, I'm gonna hit you for 1 damage. It's definitely not as fun as watching the other guy swinging for a bunch of big damage.
Yeah, you should have copied the Bird's Paradise. You're right over there. Birds just make so much better mana.
Right, because now you're able to cast all the 2-drops in your hand, whereas otherwise you go, okay, now I'm gonna hit you for 1, because the being able to sack it unless you pay 1 is really useless right now because Jacob just has so much mana to his disposal.
Yeah, I mean it's all blue, but it's still good.
Like, don't get me wrong, Chris is winning the race right now because it's 2 damage to 1 damage.
Oh, see, there we go.
All right, so there's a Manamo,
Harbinger.
bounce the Arbor Elf. That's pretty good. Pretty
That's
good.
the Allura one. It bounces itself.
Oh, yeah, that's not a Manamo. We'll get that pulled up for you guys.
I think it's Alluro. OL. It's one of those other crazy lands. It's this. I'm gonna have to go read the darn card. Be right back.
All right. But yeah, we'll get that land pulled up for you real quick. I think that might be the one that bounces a legendary permanent. Or it bounces itself. Returns it to its hand. Yeah, I'm thinking of Manamo on, bounces a legendary permanent. But okay, we see his hand right now. He's holding 2 4-drops and Master of Waves, and then a Kira Glass Spinner. So Chris's hand is not looking too good right now, especially being stuck on only 2 lands. Having 2 4-drops and then a Kira Glass Spinner, that's not too good for him. Were you able to get a look at Chris's hand at all?
He put it down as soon as I walked over.
All right.
But Oboro's really good against Stone Rain, which is what he's needing right now.
That's true. So Jacob has nothing really. He has 2 1/1s waiting for Chris to draw lands and go land Kira. Until then, Chris is just gonna beat him with a bunch of 1/1s. Says I'll trade. You want to trade? I'll trade.
I believe the Harbinger's a 2.
Oh, Harbinger is a 2/2. That's correct.
Sizing up blocks? What does he have in hand?
I believe Jacob doesn't have a hand.
Oh, Jacob doesn't have a hand? Yeah,
No.
block
Yeah.
2.
Okay. So you block 2, take 2, go down to 6, and I guess you just hope he doesn't go Lord.
I mean, he can top deck. Oh.
Blood Moon does nothing.
It turns off the bounce land, which makes it a target for Stone Rain, but that's about it. It really doesn't do anything else.
That's true. It also
keeps
it does
him off
stop.
double blue.
Yeah, it keeps him off double blue, so he can't Lord. So Chris is just gonna keep hitting for 2. He also can't cast Kira unless he draws another island.
Yeah.
So let's see here.
Retreat. It's over good.
Overkill Adept revealing. I didn't get to see what that was.
I think he revealed. Can't be sure.
Oh.
They're all foily and.
Chris, you stop playing with shiny cards on stream, man. Can't handle it. They're too shiny. All right.
Although
Alright,
it
so
was good
Stone-
watching you die to your own thing the other day on stream. When I
Oh.
watched the Bob tournament
Oh yeah.
on the VODs. Chris was playing his really beautiful green-white deck and then just died to his own Merfolk.
I do his own Merfolk. All right, so he blows up the mountain here. I'm sorry, the island. So Chris is stuck on 1 red, so actually can't cast anything in his hand.
Ooh.
Mom and Pops, though, that was a really good draw for Jacob.
Mom and Pop Thopter Shop.
Mom, Pop, Thopter Shop. Don't stop.
That's so bad.
Look, man, it's hard. It's hot in here, okay?
Yeah.
I can only do so much. So I think you just block the Silvergill with the token, and then Mom and Pop's on the Harbinger.
Yeah.
Jacob's at 1, I
bird
believe.
yeah. You should throw the bird under the bus because he's got red mana so he can shoot Chris with the Thopters. So he keeps Mom and Pop and then throws a bird under the bus.
He's looking at Silvergill like, does that do any damage? Yep, that does
Nope.
damage.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay. That's better. So that way you don't die, Jacob. Good job.
Did a thing.
All right, so now he can't throw anything. Oh, no.
Ooh.
Oh, no.
Oh, again.
Oh, no.
Draw cards.
That's not looking good, Chris.
Actually, it's
I mean,
looking
Jacob.
really good for
That's not looking good, Jacob. Oh, my God. Yeah, the Chandra off the top. What does that do?
6 damage if it's the 6 mana Chandra.
It's 4 mana Chandra.
Oh, well then
It's
it
Chandra,
shows a
Torch of
card.
Defiance.
It's Todd.
Yeah, it's Todd Stevens.
I don't know.
This game is crazy. It can kill something, I guess. So we can neg, kill
Kill the Harbinger.
the Harbinger, and then block with Mom and Pops. Or do you just block with
I'd
birds at
still
this point?
block with birds.
Just block with birds.
Birds is useless. Look how much mana he's got.
That's true.
Well, it's not useless in case he gets seized off red again.
So looks like he is killing. Yeah, he's killing the Harbinger here. And so now I guess he just hopes that Chris doesn't have gas.
Chris has nothing but gas.
That's true, but Jacob doesn't know that. Jacob's just hoping, praying. I mean, in Jacob's defense, Chris is holding 2 fork drops. All right, and a Silvergill.
Just
And he
all-
has an Aether Vial in his hand for if that ever matters. All right, so he's getting there slowly
Yeah, at
but
this
surely.
point, you're just wanting to play a creature a turn.
Yeah.
He discards Master Wave to hand size.
All right. So Jacob has to consistently draw threats or Stone Rains.
Yeah,
All right, that's not a threat or a Stone Rain. Off the
reveal
top.
card.
Oh, Stone Rain. That really does nothing. I mean, it keeps him off of playing a creature next turn, and then it gives
Well-
him another turn.
Then he's gonna have to block with birds, and then Chris plays Vial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he just plays Vial, and then in 2 turns, I don't see how Chris loses this game. Unless Jacob just rips goodies off the top. There's Aether Vial.
Feels bad, man.
Block with birds.
Feels real bad.
I'm trying to think if Jacob
Oh, and he
rips
had the island too.
Inferno Titan. Wow, Chris is just getting in. He had the island and the Curse Catcher. I think Jacob's only out here as Inferno Titan. Oh, my God! And he
my
draws the
shit.
Inferno Titan. What is this game?
No way!
Jacob, don't lean in. Your head's gonna shine the light in our eyes. What is this game?
The thing is it,
And he just flips it over. He waited too. He just
he's like,
debated Chris.
Here, ding, ding.
Boom. He goes boom, boom, boom. Christian goes down to 4.
14.
Jacob says 14. Sorry about that. Jacob says uptick, deal 2
Odd.
more to you.
But-
Oh, he's just gonna add 2 red.
No, he's flipping.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah.
Mountain. Boom. You're done now.
12.
You're done now. This might be enough to come back.
I don't know that. Inferno Titan's just so good against little fish.
Okay,
There's
there's another
Mutavault.
land, but it's not blue.
Mutavault
is that?
lives through the trigger.
That's Mararegery.
Oh, it's a mountain.
Right, that's mountain. So Mararegery. So Jacob wings them, kills Mararegery.
Importantly, Mararegery only triggers off cast, so vialing and the thing won't tap down the big giant.
For sure, for sure. I think Jacob does have to be weary. If Chris has a Curse Catcher in hand and Jacob taps out,
Mhm.
then Chris just vials in the Curse Catcher at the end of Jacob's turn and then hits him for 1.
Yeah,
That's
that's all
game.
he needs. He's Dylan's wanting to know if this win a box.
No, it's not. It's not win a box. It's
Just standard price structure for the night.
yeah, it's just whatever. I think it's like win. It's a pack per win unless you go at least 4-0 or something like that.
Or you go 0-4 like me.
Yeah. If you go 0-4, I don't believe you get anything.
I get to talk to people and got to play a game of Legacy, which is pretty sweet.
Oh, there you go. If you go 0-4, you get to play a game of Legacy.
Played the Allure and Mirror match, which turns out is really scary when the other
Oh.
player casts Allurin.
Really now? How's that work? Is it just
Well,
who pulls the trigger first loses?
yeah, whoever pulls the trigger first, or if they don't have. He was playing a tutor version. I was playing the regular creatures, so I had to.
All right, Chris down to 10 off of that Chandra flip. And then off of 6, I believe Mary is a 2-1. Is that correct? It's a 2-2.
Mirror Reader's two.
So 6, 7.
Chris is just done.
So Chris goes down to 3, and then I believe he just dies.
Yeah. He's
Wow, what a game.
come
What
back
a
off
game.
the back of a giant.
Jacob needed to draw nearly perfect, and your boy did it.
And he did it.
And he did it.
He did it off the back of a Planeswalker and a bunch of Stone Rains.
Crazy. Crazy.
Turns out when fish can't play fish, they don't get to fish very hard.
You just cooked those fish with the Inferno Titan. Put them under fire.
Yeah. Really bad. It's really bad.
But it could be worse.
All right, so do you know anything about the Ponza sideboard?
No.
Okay,
They run Anger of the Gods. Two Angers.
2 Angers. That's
Two
really,
Angers.
really good against Master Waves.
Yeah.
Because it kills all the horse friends.
Right. Well, it also just kills
Kills everything but Master
everything.
of Waves
Yeah.
and the horse friends.
kills all of his dudes unless he has like double or triple lord. Looks like a Pyroclasm. Is that Pyroclasm?
Pyroclasm would be real good.
Oh, it looks like this guy's running Pyroclasm and Anger.
Echoing
Interesting.
Truth is going to be really, really good.
I don't know much about Merfolk sideboards at all.
He has Spellskite. He brought in, I saw Spellskite, which is going to be really good against Bolts
Nice,
and
nice.
Inferno Titan triggers and Chandra. And then he's got Echoing Truth to deal with all the little cheesy 1/1 birds and whatnot.
For sure,
Dorks, getting them out of the way. So if you can just clear the board. Oh, he can also Echoing Truth if he's doing the ramp stuff with the enchant target forest.
Oh yeah, you can
Utopia's
Echoing
Pearls.
Truth the Utopia's Pearls. That's right.
I don't know if it's a great play, but it's a thing you can do.
There's a thing you can do. There's a lot of things you can do in Magic, even if they're not great. You can still do it. Just do the do.
Oh, did he bring in a Braids? And 2 Finks? I don't know about a Braid.
Thanks.
Like, it hits...
A Braid, like, it kills Vial.
Yeah, but
So that's good.
one thing I've learned is you never want to fight over Vial. Well, and then again, it's the Stone Rain deck, so fighting over Vial may be a thing.
Yeah, I think if you let him have a Vial out, then half your deck's just, like, does nothing.
Does a Braid do anything else besides destroy an artifact? Does it do 2 damage to
Yeah,
anything?
it deals 3 damage to a creature.
Okay,
So, like,
it's
bolts
really
It
good.
bolts a creature or destroys Vial. I mean, it's fairly good. It's just like a bolt that
I don't
can
play
also...
enough Standard to know what a Braid does.
Yeah.
I know I need to
it
get
does
some.
things. It does things. He probably brought in some Kitchen Finks, some creatures, so try not to die.
Yeah.
Jacob's on the I'm trying not to die plan. Chris
Kitchen
is on
Finks
the I
is
hope you
super
really, really die plan.
The only problem with bringing in Kitchen Finks is Chris is on 7 Seas, and he will have Island Walk.
That is true. So gaining 2 life probably won't get you there. But if Chris had a really awkward draw, he had like double Phantasmal Image in his hand and then a bunch of 4-drops in his hand last game.
Yeah.
So I believe if Chris had a better draw that game,
If
Would've
he had,
definitely been
if he
over.
had the Vial, like the aggressive start would have been really, really good, but he was on casting things the proper, correct way
right?
with mana.
He's
which
trying
is
to play
fair.
like fairish Magic.
Yeah,
which
fairish
is not
Magic.
what Fish does best.
No.
So how do you feel about Blood Moons in this deck?
Against Merfolk?
Yeah, against Merfolk. You think I come out?
Yeah. I mean, it turns off Meat Vaults, which is really strong, and it
Right.
turns off the
Other
utility.
random lands,
Yeah.
sure.
It depends on if he's bringing in Choke.
Mm-hmm.
If Jacob has Choke, then you leave Blood Moon in because everything else turns into mountains.
Okay.
Because that's your plan, right?
Right, that's a good plan. Yeah,
Yeah.
you just cut him off mana. I mean, that's what you do. Let's see what Jacob's open there. It looks like a Tireless Tracker and a Chandra and some number of lands.
Oh, I really like Tireless.
Tireless Tracker's pretty good.
It's
Pretty
an
good
OP
card. We saw him play it against Troll deck earlier. Chris Mullen down to 6 here. Probably not where you want to be, but you're an aggro deck
I
on
mean,
the
he
play,
needs
so
the really aggro start.
yeah.
That's a Curse Catcher and a Lord. And
All right,
some
looks like
lands.
1 land, a Curse
Right.
Catcher, and a Lord. All you need is 1 more land, and that hand's looking Golden Boy City.
He's got 2.
That's
It's
good. He's thinking
The
about this
question
card.
is this card on top of Vile? I think I saw
Ooh.
Kira. I don't know. They're also
All right,
shiny.
land. Sure. All right. So it looks like it's Silvergill Adept.
Yeah, Silvergill and Lord.
Silvergill, Lord. Jacob goes land pass. He does have double. Is that double bolt? It's just one bolt, I believe.
Yeah, Bolt.
So
Something
ready
else
to.
in the back.
Okay, so there's the Silvergill revealing Lord. Sure.
I
So he
am
doesn't have
Lord.
double blue at the moment. he just has mutable.
Harbinger.
He's gonna fetch. Probably attempt to bolt something here. It'd be an interesting move if he does.
I mean, Bolt's gonna kill Curse Catcher either way. It either kills Curse Catcher or Curse Catcher sacks itself.
All right,
The
so
thing
this
is, does he
17.
target Silvergill with Bolt?
That's right. That's what I'm thinking. I think you do target Silvergill, so
Yeah.
that way he either sacks and it saves you a life to keep the Silvergill alive, or he just lets it go through and you kill Silvergill.
Yeah.
Either way, I think you sack Curse Catcher no matter what he targets.
Fire Truck.
Fire Truck.
Yep,
Yep.
there we go. Yep.
All right, so he does save himself a damage. Interesting though. I don't know if I would have done that or if I would have waited to bolt the Lord coming up,
No.
unless he has like another kill
he
spell.
has
in his
another
hand.
Bolt in hand. I just saw it.
All right. Birds,
Pop.
mountain, pass. Oh.
Oh.
He's gonna bolt right now.
That'd be super. You know he has.
Guy's
Lord.
crazy.
Save it for Lord.
Save it for the Lord. Chris might not have double blue in hand. He doesn't. He does not have double blue.
Oh, that's
Everything is working against Chris right now. Jacob's just going to pull the trigger. So not taking any combat damage today. Silvergill, reveal Lord.
he also has a Echoing Tree.
It's a
he just
spell
spell
skite in hand.
Don't
So
need double blue
still,
for that.
yeah, still no double blue, but can cast a spell skite. Unfortunately, spell skite can't get in for any damage.
Doesn't need to. It soaks up all the damage.
True.
Oh, mom popped off.
Mom and pops. Jacob is just running away with this game. Turn after turn, he's relaying threat after removal after threat after removal. Chris just not being able to play Magic today.
Echoing Truth's gonna take care of the Thopters probably.
Oh, there's the
double
double
blue.
blue. Now you can play Spellskite here to save him from Mom and Pop Thopter
Yep.
Shop. Alright. That's fine.
Leaving up blue, have to pay life for the activation.
Oh, that's a Stone Rain. That could take him off a double blue again. Interesting. It's Birds untaps here. Jacob missing his untap trigger. We're going to get him DQ for that. Stay tuned. We're getting him DQ'd, guys.
Oh, dude, back in the day, I used to play Magic back in when the rocks were soft, and Ice Age was the set du jour.
Oh, yeah?
Ice Age was a bad set, by the way.
Alright.
I used to get scumbagged as a little 8-year-old kid. People were always like, "Hey, you didn't untap your thing. You don't get it untapped." I'm like, "What?"
Wow. So little 8-year-old Jason didn't know about that, huh?
Yeah, little 8-year-old Jason also played real bad Magic.
Oh.
Loved
I mean, you're playing
Counterspell.
Ice Age, so
Yeah.
it can only be so good. Looks like he is going to Stone Rain here. But how are you liking the store, Jason? We're at 600 in Columbus, Waco, Nexus Esports. Opened up fairly recently. What do you think of it?
I really like this place, actually. It's a really good atmosphere, really good place. Y'all got the singles up, I saw?
Yeah, we just got that shelf up. We got a bunch of our Alliance shipments in today. Recently got sanctioned, so they got a bunch of stock in today.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm actually really drilling over Gaddock Teague I saw in the case. I want to get me one of those. I was thinking about doing... Is Iconic Masters or Masters 25 better as a draft set?
I don't draft, so I have
okay, fair.
I have no clue, to be honest with you, because I'm just not I'm not very good at limited, and I'm just not a fan of it because I'm not very good at it. Nothing against it, but I know that Masters 25 has Azusa,
That's fair. And she's lost, but seeking.
and she's lost, but you can find her in a Masters 25 pack.
Masters
there's-
25 is better? Cool.
All right, Dylan says Masters 25.
Well, that may not be here after tonight. But the Thopters got Echoing Truth, and then Silver
did.
Goldeath just...
So getting him for 2. So Jacob down to 10, I guess. We missed some life somewhere.
Look, magic happened while we were doing other things.
Jacob down to
Fetch.
9 off the fetch. So Echoing Truth top tier. That's pretty good. So that leaves Jacob with just a 2-2. Chris could be back in this game. Chris is still a healthy 20.
Yeah.
Oh, 14. See there, we didn't miss anything. There, the dice was just off the screen. I was gonna say, there's no way he took that much damage while we were gone.
You know we have the ability to look out that window, right? We could just see what they're...
Yeah, we
But
could.
that involves standing up.
Right. You see, then we would have to move.
Yeah.
And I'm already comfortable. This chair is pretty nice. It has a little backrest
Actually, yeah,
on
no,
it.
this thing's amazing.
So
This is the same chair they have in all the computer stations here, too.
yeah, come to Nexus. We have comfy chairs with backrest.
Yeah.
That's our selling point. Comfy chairs
Comfy chairs, Magic the Gathering,
and Fortnite
and bad plays.
and bad plays. All right, tireless
Oh.
tracker here from Jacob. That's going to be a quick
good
threat.
play, actually. Really
Quick
good play.
threat. So you're using his life total as a counter now.
Oh, that's what happened to his life total
Let
earlier.
him know how many clues he
It
has.
was Thopters.
Oh, yeah, probably. So he's going to pass turn. I wonder, so yeah, me and Zach were having this question earlier. If you sack, wait, Tyler, let me pull Tyler's tracker up for you guys. Tyler's tracker says whenever you sacrifice a clue, Tyler's tracker gets +1/+1 counter on it. Does that count if you sacrifice a clue with Pia and Kira Nalar?
Dude, any way you can sacrifice it, if you have any sack out, what sacrifices artifacts?
Cheating.
Yeah, cheating. If you cheat, you can get as many counters on Tireless Tracker as you want to.
All right, there you go. So that
Clearly.
answers the question from earlier. You do get a +1/+1 counter on Tyler's tracker if you sack these clues to mom and pops.
What am I thinking of? Yeah, because it doesn't have to sacrifice it to Tireless Tracker because clues normally sacrifice themselves.
Right, it just says whenever you sacrifice.
So
a
if
clue.
you sacrifice clues to say a modern Cart Clan Ironworks to make mana,
Okay.
you're gonna get a really big Tireless Tracker and some mana, and then cast an Emrakul that you won't have drawn because you sacrificed your clues the bad way.
Right. So if you sacrifice six clues to an Emrakul attack, boom,
Really big Tireless Tracker.
you have a 9/8 Tireless tracker on the
also,
crack
that guy
back.
should have been dead a long time ago.
That's true. That means you're doing something wrong. So let's see. We got some good old Spellskite still. Chris off of double blue after that Stone Rain. So Chris still not able to cast many cards in his hand.
I'm starting to wonder if Jacob did take out the Blood Moons because it's either he's just not drawing them or he's just not afraid to Mutavault.
That's true. But also, you have to keep in mind, some people not really familiar with Modern. I know Jacob's a newer. He's an old player, but he's came back recently.
New back into the scene.
Right. He might not know exactly like what to look out for in these fish decks, and may
That's
not
fair.
exactly know how Ponza, because he threw Ponza together fairly quickly before this tournament started. Like,
Those are my Pian and Kieran's.
yeah, those are
Sweet.
actually your cards on screen. So you're kind of like in the top 4 right now.
Oh, well, I shouldn't have loaned them. I should be playing that card
You
instead
should
of
be
loaning
playing
it out.
You should be playing that card. Yeah, so he's new to this Ponza deck, so maybe he just didn't know. But yeah, like right now, for instance, if say Jacob did have a Blood Moon in play, Chris would have basically an island and then 2 lands that don't do anything.
Do you really want to throw away a Mutavault on Tireless Tracker that's going to... Oh, no,
He
he's
could
just
also-
doing the thing.
He just throws it under. Yeah, he just throws it under the PNLR. So redirected to Spellskite.
So is he throwing the clues with P and Kira?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, so that Tireless Tracker should be...
Right. Okay. So there's one counter.
There's one.
Oh wait, that might be. Okay. Yeah. There it goes.
Yeah, now we're just killing the Spellskite.
Right. So he's killing Spellskite, so that way it can't block anymore.
That's a really good combo. I like that
I
combo.
believe Tyler Shark should have 2 counters. Okay. There it
Yeah,
goes.
he's
Right.
doing the thing and then resolving triggers
All right. Cool.
in a slightly old school way.
That is an old school hairy armed man.
Yeah. Back
Let's
in
see.
the
So
day.
Chris taking damage. He looks like he took 5. So Chris down to 15.
Uh-oh.
What you got? Oh, another Spellskite
into
and.
Curse Catcher.
Okay, so that's not bad. So Chris is working with what he's got.
Yeah,
His,
but he's-
his deck's not giving him much,
He's
but
got a lord, multiple lords in hand, probably.
yeah, we know he has at least that one lord.
He has
so
a lord and an Echoing Truth, I saw for sure. Which Echoing
he has
Truth-
another Echoing Truth.
Yeah, I just would wait till the Tires Tracker does its thing and then bounce that thing back. But, I'm not Chris. I'm not good at Magic.
Right. Okay. So we'll bring up Spellskite for you. Wonder what he keeps playing. What Jacob's trying to kill. So he can pay blue mana or 2 life because Phyrexian mana is pretty busted.
'Cause it's
Life's just a
fair.
resource.
Yeah, no, it's fair.
Fair,
Gataxian
yeah,
Probe,
fair
I'm
man.
banned,
Oh
please.
yeah. Hashtag bring back G probe. So what happens whenever Jacob tries to throw a clue at either Chris's creatures or Chris? Chris just pays 2 life and redirects it to Spellskite, or pays a blue and redirects it to Spellskite. So what looks really good for Jacob because he's able to kill off all of his creatures with like a shock engine. Chris just says no, you can't kill my creatures.
Tireless Tracker by default is a 2/3.
It's a 3/2.
It's a 3/2.
Yeah.
Okay, well then speaking of possible Phyrexian mana outs in Chris's deck, do you think he has Dismember?
Does Fish run Dismember? It wouldn't surprise me.
It does run Dismember. I just don't know if he left it in or not.
Hmm.
Or if he took him, if it's a sideboard bring in or what.
I'm not really sure because, like I said, I've never played Merfolk, but I would assume you just always keep it in Dismember
Yeah.
because the only thing Dismember doesn't kill in this deck is Inferno Titan.
Which is about to happen.
which is about to happen. There it is, Big Daddy Titan. Put the game away last game.
Yep.
Puts the game away this game. Jacob's your winner, 2-0. Well, you'll be seeing him in the finals, and we'll be bringing that to you real shortly. Make sure you stay tuned, and I believe Jacob will be with us next round. You going to be with us, Jacob?
Jason, but yes.
Jason, all right. So
Don't
I'll be
need for
with
too long.
All right. So we'll see you guys in a little bit. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned.
Don't go anywhere.
All right, guys, and we are back in the finals here. And this, this might be a little deja vu moment because we did see this match in the Swiss, but it is Mike on Red Green Eldrazi against Jacob's Ponza deck. And fortunately, we have someone here who actually played against Mike in the Swiss round 1. And how'd that match go, Jason?
I don't like either of these decks. They're not fair. They don't do cool things. Being hit with your own 6/7 Tarmogoyf because of an obligator or whatever is just, it's not a good day. It's not a great day.
It's not a great day. So what do you say? Playing a mid-range deck against this Red-Green Eldrazi deck, you think is that where it thrives with the obligators and?
Yeah, I mean, taking other people's like value creatures, unless you're playing like the green-white Coco deck,
Right.
where your value creatures do nothing on their own. If you're like just taking like a Tarmogoyf, or you're taking a Scavenging Ooze and then using your own mana to Scavenging Ooze, it's great.
Yeah.
So
So you're saying anything that's just like just a value creature by itself that's like a big creature is good to take?
Yeah, if you can just take a big fat fatty and then just take it and shove it in their own face, and they're like, great. Yeah, it's not fun. Oh, and then there's Bloodbraid Elf, the thing that I really
that
would like to play.
cascades into things.
Yeah.
All right, so we got turn 1 Noble from Mike, and then turn 1 nothing from Jacob. He does have a bolt, I believe, so he might bolt the Noble.
I mean, you always bolt the bird.
We'll see. Oh, he opts not to.
Well, not right away.
We saw game 1 end with Mike obligating a Inferno Titan for game. So maybe we'll get lucky and see that same ending, same dramatic ending again.
Jacob may be looking to very selectively get his lands because he might be trying to Blood Moon off of colorless mana, which is a pretty fair game.
Yeah, we saw that earlier. He was playing against Mike and he Blood Mooned him, and Mike was holding double Thought Nuts here in their matter reshaper. And your boy doesn't play any waste, so Mike was not able to cast anything in his hand.
Oh, dude, no.
Except for he ended up casting an Eldrazi Obligator and slowly beat him down with that. But
so the red green Eldrazi deck it's not playing waste. It's not playing.
Nope, there's no way to cast a colorless mana off of. It's playing, I believe, 2 Mind Stones.
Mind Stone. That's about it.
But Mike has not been able to draw those today.
He cascaded into one against. It was really bad. I won that game. Cascading into Mind Stone feels bad.
All right, so change on that note. Mike's only cast Mind Stone once today, and he lost. All right, well, it looks like Jacob went and fetched shocked on that one, so I believe he's at 16. So he is holding a Blood Moon. However, Mike does have a basic forest, so that's pretty good. That'll allow him to cast the Bloodbraid Elves in his hand.
Well, it's more the Ancient Stirrings.
And the Ancient Stirrings. So it's looking pretty not bad for Mike here.
That Ancient Stirrings goes and gets just anything you need.
Right, Ancient Stirrings is so good in this. It's like, oh man, I'm really short on lands or something. Goes, get your land. Like, boom, I really need a 5/5 haste trample guy. Boom, 1 mana to search out a 5/5 haste trample guy. Oh man, I really need a Thoughtseize my opponent. Okay, I guess I'll get this Thoughtseize card in my deck.
Fetching, are we shocking?
All right,
Shocking?
looks like fetch into a Scooz. Let's see what goes down. Wonder if he just gets another
No,
forest.
just forest. Yeah, he's playing around Blood Moon because they played earlier. That's right.
Right, yeah, they played earlier, so Mike
He
knows what he's
knows-
against.
He knows the moon's coming.
So he's playing really, really well. He's playing around this Blood Moon that Jacob has in his hand. So when Jacob cast this Blood Moon, it's doing nothing to Mike. Mike said, not today, Jose. He's just going to opt to play a Courser instead.
Yep.
All right, so Jacob's going to start revealing the top card of his library.
That Wolf Run?
That is a Kessig Wolfrun, yes. Both decks run Kessig Wolfrun. As Zach was saying earlier, it's one of his favorite lands. So he really enjoys it.
Good. Maybe I can offload some of my promos.
Maybe he would be the guy to talk to.
Yeah. He's like, hey, yo, you need Kessig? I got Kessig. I do like, if he's worried about Blood Moon playing around with the Scavenging Ooze and then just double basic, it keeps anything from happening as well as having like just a solid creature out there because he can eat his own stuff.
Right, yeah. Earlier today they played. Jacob really didn't prioritize killing these Scavenging Ooze as we saw, and Scavenging Ooze ended up getting big enough to where it was actually bigger than the Inferno Titan.
That's scary.
So it was crazy. It was crazy. So we'll see if Jacob makes the same mistakes again, not prioritizing the Scavenging Ooze. Mike was able to cast an Ancient Stirrings. Looks like not too many options there. Looks like a couple lands, I believe. Dismember. I don't believe he had anything crazy in there that he could pick. I think there's an Eldrazi Obligator, but I also think Mike just really needs a land.
I don't think he's worried about the Obligator right now because what are you going to do? I mean, he doesn't have enough mana to do that and
Right.
then do it because he has to play the land.
Right. I think once Mike gets to 4 mana here, things will be pretty good. Yeah, I believe he's holding double Bloodbraid Elf, Thought-Knot Seer. However, if Jacob casts this cast this Blood Moon, I'm sorry, then Mike will not be able to cast this Thought-Knot Seer in his hand ever, unless he draws Blood Moon. Mindstone.
Mindstone. There's the Obligator in hand already. I also think has is that Grove he had or the Forest?
I
can't
believe
pronounce.
it was a Grove of the Burn Willows.
Yeah. He's playing all different Arts of the Groves. He was playing what is this? Oh, Molten Rain.
All right, so he Molten Rains Mike's red source away, keeping him away from Bloodbraid Elf. More importantly, just keeping him off of red mana.
Yeah, keep him off of Blood Raids.
All right,
Showing him the moon.
So he's gonna go and take 2 from Courser, go down to 17, but then just gets it back with Scavenging Ooze, so we'll just stay at 18.
He also took 2 from Molten Rain.
Molten Rain says non-basic. I
Oh,
believe.
look, I don't know how Magic works. That's why I'm here.
Nah, you're fine. That's why I'm in the booth. Don't know how to play, not good enough to make finals, so I'm in the booth. But yeah, Mike's playing all different types of Arts of Grove. He says, I got From the Vault Groves, I got OG Groves, I got normal Groves.
He has the Modern Masters one.
Modern Master Groves. Says, you need Groves, I got Groves. All right, getting in there for 3. Let's see. All right, so just 3. So Jacob down to 13. And Matter Shaper. That card's really good. I think a 3-mana 3/2 body that replaces itself or can ramp you into lands is fairly good.
The ramp's what he's looking for, I think. Personal opinion, but it could also just draw something that's gross and usually squid-like.
Gross and squid-like.
Yeah, man, Eldrazi. They're stupid.
Eldrazi. Oh, that's a Chandra. Chandra Tortured Defiance Todd coming out from Jacob.
Now,
We'll see what he does with it.
with Todd, do you?
Oh, wait a minute. Jacob does not have double red mana.
Oh, rip.
He cannot cast that Chandra.
Judge.
That is a DQ, actually. So we're gonna go let them know the finals is over, and Jacob is disqualified.
He plays that Blood Moon. He has double red.
If he plays the Blood Moon, it will be helping him out. That is true. It looks like the only 2 playable cards in his hand at the moment. Yeah, so it goes,
Yeah.
drops Blood Moon. Mike says, I don't care. Good job, Mike. And Basic Forest.
Trigger.
Okay, so he gained a life. He did remember this time. Jacob missed a lot of triggers earlier.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, rip.
A lot of players miss a lot of triggers. You never realize how much triggers people miss until you watch their every move. And then you get to criticize them because you're not good enough to be in the finals.
Oh yeah, when I was watching the playback with you during the Bob tournament and your affinity was not affinity. What is it?
Boggles?
Boggles.
Yeah, I missed my my lieutenant triggers.
Well, you missed those, and then oh Jesus Christ.
Wow, that's the type of plays you want to make with this deck, where you Bloodbraid Elf into Obligator. That's so much haste damage.
doesn't have the mana to do the thing and steal the Courser, but it's
Right, well,
still
it's
a 3/2 haste into a 3/1 haste.
That's true. Also, the stealing requires colorless mana anyways.
Oh yeah,
So he won't be able to do that. But that's still big boys. He's getting in there. He says, you know what?
YOLO Dolo.
He goes, I'm too lazy to do the math,
You do it.
so I'm just gonna turn him sideways.
Please block the Eldrazi.
He might just block Matter Reshaper here. Okay, that's the smart
Yeah.
block. So he's gonna take 3, 6, 9, go down to 5 health.
Also, Bloodbraid doesn't really fare up against Courser that well, does it?
A lot of creatures don't fare up against Courser because Courser just has a really thick behind.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I played Standard during that card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a 2/4 body.
It's got 2 Cs.
This has like 6 Cs,
6 Cs.
7 Cs. We saw
7
Merfolk
Cs.
earlier. This Courser is basically 7 Cs.
It's the Merfolk deck.
However, the Scavenging Ooze can get above 4 toughness fairly easily. We see a bolt on the top of Jacob's library, so we'll be interested to see how he uses that.
Cast Chandra now. If Cast Chandra reveals the bolt, does 2 to the face, cast the bolt, kill the...
Well, you can Chandra and then plus and use the bolt.
Oh, he only has 2 red sources. Everything else is basic forest.
No, he has, yeah. So if he does Chandra, he would not want a +2 because that just gets rid of his bolt. I think he could Chandra kill any of Mike's creatures, but that play still sucks because
Because then
now...
you just lose a Chandra.
Yeah, then you're just giving up a Chandra. You're like, you know what? This card's really nice, shiny. I probably paid a good amount of money for it. I don't care. I'll just throw it in my graveyard. I don't need it.
Is it worth money now?
It's like $30. Sources confirmed.
Wow.
He's played in Vintage, dude.
Well, yeah, I've seen the vintage plays, but...
All right, there you go.
including Pauper. George!
I would play Chandra in my Pauper deck.
Yeah, I would too. I play Mono Black. I still play Chandra. Oh, there's a land drop.
All right,
That
so land
allows for
drop,
Chandra plus Bolt.
So now he can uptick and bolt something, and his Chandra will still live. So that's good. I think that's what he was looking for.
Yeah, because Utopia is sprawled on a land drop. Same thing, different.
Oh, he's thinking about minusing 3?
What? Dies.
Jacob, you're insane.
Are you playing Tarmogoyf? Why would you want Planeswalker in the graveyard?
He's playing Tarmogoyf.
I mean, I do. It's a good card. Until
Until
like,
it hits you in the face.
Yeah, until you get obligated and it just 6/7s you right in the face. It's not fun. Oh, kill the ooze, I guess.
Yeah, because you don't want the ooze to get bigger than your Courser. So Jacob didn't learn from his previous mistakes.
He could have. No, he couldn't have. Could he? Creature in the grave.
Yeah, he was tapped out.
Oh, he's tapped out. Yeah, you could just.
Yeah, he
bolt
could have
it.
just bolted. That's what I'm saying. Like, so Jacob giving up here.
Yeah.
Jacob still made a little misplay, but it didn't matter in the end. You know, he tried so hard and got very far,
in the end.
but in the end, it
Doesn't
just
matter.
didn't even matter. We'll get the life totals reset for you. Mike is up a game. Match count goes up to 1 in the finals here.
I really like this overlay. That's nice.
Yeah, Zach did all this with his computering skills.
Oh,
It's all it's a website.
Yeah, yeah,
He
no,
did
it's-
all
yeah.
the typity typing and shit.
that's
Oh, I
smart.
just got fined $200 for that.
Yeah.
I was trying to stop.
FCC trying to
I'll
let me be.
stop. All right, so he has. Look at Mike's bringing in what?
Why would
Oh,
you show him the
he's
blood
showing-
sun? I
he's
swear to
showing him
God.
the blood sun.
No, Mike did the same thing to me. He's like, "Do I just bring this in?" I was like, "Yes, it's a good card." I think he only has it in the sideboard to show his opponent. Go, I have Blood Sun.
Oh, all right. There is a fire truck pulling up next to Nexus. It's because.
No, it already went by once.
Oh, okay. It's going by Nexus. I thought they just
No, it's
felt
going to
Jacob getting
Taqueria, dude.
smoked, so they needed to come cool him down a little bit. This red green Eldrazi deck, unstoppable,
You do want that Thrag Tusk.
unbeatable, cannot be stopped. And Chris Dunn knows what he's playing next week,
It's Legacy.
and it's not Merfolk.
It's Show and Tell.
Chris, how was your Merfolk game today? How was this tournament for you?
It's pretty good.
It was pretty good.
Pretty good. He doesn't know what he wants us to say.
He does not know what to say. He's
Oh,
playing land.
No way, you're evil.
He's playing land to control next week.
Oh.
And in other words, we know what our round 1 future match is going to be.
I'm showing up with Stony Silence.
Quad
Abzan, always the bad matchup.
main deck Stony Silence.
No, I need to see that. I heard about it. I need to see that. The blue-red prison deck sounds really fun.
5-mana goblin that makes 3 tokens that you can throw stuff at people to do things.
Oh, are you talking about the Krenko? Not Krenko. what's the other
No,
one?
it's
I used to know a lot of goblins because it used to be good in Legacy. Siege Gang Commander?
Siege Gang
Siege Gang
Commander,
Commander.
Gucci Gang.
Gucci Gang. There you go.
There you go, Siege Gang Commander. Oh, tiny Siege Gang Commander.
What is that?
Boom, you're done now. Eternal Masters.
Eternal Masters? Okay, not drafting Eternal Masters.
Noted.
I don't know. That's a really good bomb, though.
That
But
would
it's
be
just
a
not
good
worth
limited
nothing.
bomb if you have like other goblins.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just like I'm paying 5 mana for a 2/2 that deals 6 damage, and then it's just a 5-mana 2/2.
Yeah. On the topic of Eternal formats, Goblin's one of the decks that just died to Deathrite Shaman. My boy's good.
Ooh.
Don't ban it, please, ever. It's so good.
Ban Deathrite Shaman.
I don't want to play Birds of Paradise.
Let me tell you
please.
how fair a 1-mana Planeswalker is.
It's so good.
It's not.
Well, look at the 2-mana Planeswalker they printed. Tybalt. And then there's that other one that's actually good.
Okay, let me rephrase that. The one mana best Planeswalker in the game
Yeah.
at 1 mana, by the way. 12, by the way.
There was actually I was watching a cube draft online because it was just funny to watch, and someone drafted that thing, add another pack to the game. They had a pack that was nothing but Planeswalkers and then a Deathrite Shaman.
Oh,
It was so spicy.
nice.
Yeah, you pick
Planeswalker
you
pack.
pick Jace first, but you Deathrite Shaman, just seeing it going around, you're like, oh, I want to draft.
All right, so it looks like they're both at 7 here. I think Mike's still deciding if he wants to mull or not. Back into this game.
I
Game
mean, he's
2,
got
if Mike
the
wins.
Eldrazi dual land.
All right, so Mike's saying I'm keeping. Jacob said you're dead now. Turn 1 Utopia Sprawl. That's fine. That's turn 2 3 mana.
You should just concede.
Just concede. All right, turn 1 Noble. That's okay. That's pretty good. You always want a Noble or some type of dork against Ponza because they're gonna go boom. You're done now. Blow up your lands. Can't do anything to me. But you're like, ha, I got a Noble.
Except, Noble.
All right. So Jacob down to 18 off the shock.
Here's a weird question. Noble is really good because it taps for mana and it has Exalted. How does Noble against Utopia Sprawl? Like, what's better? Because Utopia Sprawl never dies.
I think you have to build decks around. So Utopia Sprawl is better if you're playing like Arbor Oath because then you get turn 2 4 mana.
Yeah.
But if you're just playing like a green-white, say, Value Company deck and you play Utopia Sprawl, it's not as good because you don't get the Exalted trigger and it's just not a creature.
Yeah, also
Stuff
you
like
can't
that.
convoke with
Right?
Utopia Sprawl.
Can't convoke
Yeah.
Utopia Sprawl.
Okay. That's just weird. Weird mind
So
games.
I think it's all like you have to build a deck around it.
Mind freak.
Mind freak.
That guy's an ant, by the way. Oh, I got
All right. Oh, you just get, that's a fine.
My bad.
Fine. And this will be the last time you see Jason up here, guys,
Rip. Sorry.
because he'll be in the finals of next week.
Yeah, bad at Magic, bad at commentary.
Magic for bad.
Magic for. Oh, no, no, you don't want to say that. That gets you in trouble real quick.
Oh shit. Oh no. And
So
there goes
what do
my
you
life
take here?
savings.
Land or Eldrazi?
I think you just take the Eldrazi because I believe he's good on land in his hand.
No?
Nope, he takes the.
Carplusian Forest or whatever it's called?
That's a Copperline
Oh, that's
Gorge.
Copperline Gorge.
Yeah, Mike isn't running any Carplusion Forest.
I don't play these colors.
It's
the
fine.
red
Mike,
one.
that would be a Carplusion Forest if Mike had them in the mail, but they're not in yet.
Oh, they're
And he
not in
says,
yet?
"Bolt your tireless tracker." And Jacob says, "I'm mad at you." Oh, that's a fun.
Yeah, you can't hear him. He's off the mic. You can say all sorts of bad Chris things he says.
Oh,
Mostly about how Merfolk's a good deck. It's not. It's really not.
I'll turn 4 mana here for Jacob.
Todd? No, Mom and Dad talk
Oh, and he is playing the mom and dad PN carrying the law.
Mom and Pop.
Mike with the Swifty
Now
draw
you
step.
just throw away a Thopter to kill the Noble.
His hand is actually not looking too
Because
scary.
you just watched him. You watched him tutor for a land off the top 6 cards of his library. But you hit his mana sword. Nope, never mind. That's 5
That's a
mana.
5 mana.
That
That is
is gonna
probably
be a-
he's smashing reality today,
Yo, bro. Smash.
bro.
That card is so annoying.
What, you don't like 5/5 with haste trample? Oh, and by the way, if you want to spot removal it, you have to discard a card?
Yeah, you got to discard. It's
That's not fun to you?
well, yes, but no. The only time it's fun is whatever is like if I get to have to exile and discard my Lingering Souls. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
But every other time it feels bad. It feels real bad.
I think it feels the worst whenever it's hitting you in the face.
Yeah, no, it hurts actually because that's with Exalted, so 6.
Yeah. So he's going down all the way down to 12. Oh, 11. I guess I missed the fetch in there somewhere. For those of you wondering why he's not just chump blocking with the little 1/1, it's because that's trample. Reality Smasher too good.
It's so good. It's a real good card. I really liked playing that. It's a lot better. Okay, so right after the Pro Tour that started off, the Eldrazi thing came out. I had all the cards. I just had them, except for Simian Spirit Guides, which shot $20 at the time. Felt real bad for me, but I bought them. And so I went around and I just played the colorless Eldrazi deck. It's still so good. That card's so fun to cast.
Now here's the real question.
Counter with a Birds of Paradise. That's a solid move.
Here's the real question. Did you sell it before it got banned?
Oh God, no. I played it in Legacy after that.
Oh.
It was so good.
All right, it was so good. All right.
Yeah, like all I had to do was get City of Traders. The City of Traders were real cheap at the time.
Do you wish you still had your City of Traders?
I still wish I had my City of Traders, but they got me Underground Seas, so.
All right, I don't know. City of Traders for Underground Seas sounds pretty not bad.
I mean, I'd really like to play Eldrazi. It's such a good deck. But
All right.
Underground Sea it casts blue and black cards.
That means you don't play blue.
Yeah.
As Dingo. All right, so Mike here has a couple of options you can do. There's no Blood Moon out, so he could still cast all these Eldrazi. That is, I can't tell what that card is in the top. Is that a Birds of Paradise?
Yeah, it's a BOP. BOP.
All right, so he
0/1.
could Obligator, Steal Mom and Pops. How good does that play? Probably not too good because he's just getting in for 5. 6, I'm sorry, because he Exalted Trigger.
1, 2.
Jacob down to 5.
Yeah, he doesn't even have enough to block enough.
So
Like, what's the play? Like, is he looking for a Titan or why play the Bird? of
I
Paradise?
think a Titan right here just isn't. I don't even know if that's good enough.
It's not.
Let's see how much mana this guy has. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 with Birds of Paradise.
Yeah, so that's the hope is the top deck Titan because he's got.
Oh, and the Pyroclasm actually just blew him out.
Oh.
I think that might be the nail in the coffin here.
Yeah, because he doesn't even need Noble Hierarch.
Because now I don't even know. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. He has 2 lands in his hand, followed by a Matter Shipper. This game is over. And you see it here first. Mike is your champion of the whatever this tournament was. No, the Waco. Oof in chat, please.
Oof in chat. Yeah, we need
It's,
oof in chat.
Wednesday Night Modern. Mike with Red Green Eldrazi wins.
Kitchen Finks.
We might get him in here for an interview. And while we do that, there's a possible
It's so bad.
there's a possible chance that we're doing a Masters 25 draft tonight. And if there is, we'll keep you guys noted. And I'll let you know by the end of the interview. So give me one moment, and I'll get Mike in here, ask him a few questions on what he thinks of the Red Green Eldrazi deck. Jason's gonna go buy Masters 25, and we'll let you guys know if we're doing some draft or not. All right, so I have Mike Perry here, and he won the whole thing. I think he ended up going 6-0, just undefeated.
Yeah, 2 rounds in the top 4.
Yeah, so couldn't be touched today. Unstoppable.
Lucky.
Why'd you choose Red Green Eldrazi?
I chose Red Green Eldrazi because World deck. That was the one available.
All right.
Never played it before.
Never played it before, so you
Nope.
just showed up to this tournament, wrecked everybody.
Yep, pretty much.
Never played it before.
Yep.
Did you know what the deck did?
I had an idea. I used to play a long time ago when Bant Eldrazi was modern. I played that for a little bit, kind of similar.
All right. If you had to recommend this deck to somebody, would you recommend it?
Yeah, deck seems really good. The sideboard I played was pretty bad, but Pyroclasm is great.
Fireclasm put the
there's
game
some
away
good
right
cards
there.
in there. The one of Olive Dust too. It was rough when they had the Blood Moon down because I don't have in the sideboard.
Right.
So I would play like I think you'd play the
The Seal of Primordial or something.
like that to help with Blood Moon.
Did you play any Mind Stones? Because we saw whenever he Blood Mooned you, you weren't able to cast. You had like double Thought-Knot Seer in your hand, and you weren't able to cast that.
Yeah, there's 2 Mind Stones in the main board, but I didn't see them a lot.
Yeah, you
When
did
I got
not.
Blood Moon, I didn't find them, but
right.
there's 2 in there. Yeah.
So tell us about the Swiss. How many? It looks like a lot of mid-range decks were here today. How many mid-range decks did you play against?
Yeah, round 1 I played. It was an Abzan mid-range deck.
I think round 2 you played against Ponza.
Yep, played Ponza. I played Josh one round. I played Merfolk. I played Chris.
Oh,
I
okay.
played against that. That was a really close game. I stole his Lord of Atlantis.
Oh,
with
nice.
Obligator and swung with Island Walk. Win that one game.
All right.
I played Josh, who was playing like a.
Oh, we call it
Blood
troll.deck.
Yeah, well, I don't know what you call it.
Yeah,
It's
we call
Blood
it-
Moon.
right.
He got me with Elspeth one game.
Yeah,
so,
we saw that game
yeah.
1. He top decks Elspeth, and that was the
Yeah.
game. But you kind of just all dusted him out of games 2 and 3.
Yeah, all of Dust was really.
That was pretty good. All right, so just like one or two more quick questions. What was your favorite card in this deck?
Oh man, there's probably I really like.
I think Blood Royal is pretty
that
solid.
card. That and Obligator are probably won me the most games. Blood Braid, just the value, and Eldrazi Obligator.
Because it steals games.
Yeah,
That's
it
right.
really-
Yeah, we saw
it
you
really does.
steal the Inferno Titan in game
Yeah,
1 against
it's,
Jacob.
Yeah, it's really good.
That's pretty good. All right, man. Well, we appreciate it. Good job. Make sure you collect your prizes at the end of this. Do you have anything else you want to say or add on to that?
No, thanks for the games. It was fun.
All right, and I've been confirmed. I think we are going to end up drafting Masters 25 after this. So if you guys want to stick around, we'll get that done shortly. I'll probably end the stream while we're drafting and then bring it back whenever the round 1 starts.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Mike, for coming out.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Thanks, man.
And we'll talk to you guys later.